and the Zombie Apocalypse. It's been a few weeks since we've been here, so we'll have a little recap of the goings on. So, last we left, you guys head out after the bandits came back to Horwood in the dead of night to take back their base, and found that you guys were living in it. You had taken over. You were warned maybe that these guys could come back, and they came back in force. Shotguns were fired, doors were destroyed, and windows were smashed. But you did survive, and I think everybody survived. There were some close calls. A few people were knocked in the process, but you survived that well. Deciding that if you were to stay in the Horwood house, you were going to need to fortify. You're going to have to repair these things. You can't live with no front door or windows wide open. It's England, even in sunny July, as it is now. It'll piss down with rain. It's not a good place to live, and also zombies. So you set out towards Buckingham to just, I think it started off as just get the car, go there, get some wood, come back. In true, whatever your group would like to be called, style, I like to call you dimwits. You crash the car, losing it straight away, then chased the bandits into Buckingham, killed the bandits, stole their car, then drove a horde down a high street to clear out a hardware store and get yourself some wood. And, you know, as a plan, that actually went together not too badly since then. But as part of clearing out and moving the horde, the whole of Buckingham wasn't quite cleared, and you got yourself caught with another group of people as you were pushed back inside the hardware store, forced to fight within the hardware store against, or try and blockade yourself in, and then fight once the zombies broke in. But you did clear, and again, a few close calls. I think Ted went down again. I imagine there were some fly kicks in there somewhere, some bad decisions from Luke, and you cleared. And on exiting, the 4 companions that you had made and fought with kind of invited you back to see their camp in the north of Buckingham, to rest up, to heal, and to allow these zombies to pass through so you could come back at another point to get your car and get the wood if you so required. So you set off through the shop opposite, the one that... his name's Beth, the one that Beth had come through, and these guys walked you to their camp in the north of Buckingham, and that's where we will pick up. So we, as you are fighting your way through the streets, you can see the well-trodden path that these 4 had gone out, and they told you that they were they're part of their scavenging group for their survivor group, as it were. That they had been part of the Buckingham camps and had escaped to the north, where you guys had kind of escaped to the south via the roads. And as you weave through the back streets, and the route is, as you're kind of paying attention, and they're keeping low in certain points, and you can hear zombies all around. You can hear some that are trapped in certain places. You can hear some that are just within gardens and behind fences. And they creep, and you make your way slowly through back streets, through shops that have been cleared out completely, through alleys that go behind rows of terrace housing to come out on different roads. You can see that they know the route, but if you weren't to keep track, for you to find the route on your own wouldn't be the easiest thing. These guys have clearly made a path and found a safe route. And you come to the north part as you come out of the suburbs, and there is I can't remember what I described it as, but there is a complex, like a gym complex, sports centre, leisure centre, that you see signposted. And as you come out of one of the estates through one of the back alleys, you are presented with the green kind of wrought iron fences, a closed fence, and what you see are 2 kind of like patrol points that have been built up either side. You can see 2 men standing on the gates as you come up to the gates. And as the guys walk up, they wave their hands, get a nod, and the gates, one of them drops down, starts opening the gate. And this is, they're not, I can't really think of the best way to describe it. If you imagine like a school gate, so it's like at least a 6-foot high fence with the spikes on top to stop people getting in, but it's not a flimsy gate like the barricades are put up at the Buckingham camp, ones that could be wriggled. These look solid, painted in a dark green, and they look like a decent defence, less than the ones that you wouldn't be able to just pull these ones down. And as they let you into the camp, you see something that's familiar, but you haven't seen for a while. You see people kind of milling around. There's a few large buildings there. There's one large sports centre reception building at the back, and to the side, two large buildings. And you can see there's little plots that are being built. There's like little sheds that have been brought up. You can see there's masses on the left-hand side of pallets with things on them and people milling around. And what looks to be almost like a Saturday morning, like farmer's market feel to this encampment as you walk in. And as you kind of come through the doors, Hunter turns around to you guys, Hunter and Mac turn around and just say, he's like, well, gentlemen, welcome to the Enclave. And they lead you through.
Are we okay to stay here then?
Stay for a bit. We'll set you up. We'll take you through to see the commander, and he'll sort you out. But I can't see there being a problem. We've not turned anyone away yet.
Okay. And I kind of just don't say anything else.
Yeah. So if anyone would like to ask any questions on the thing, yeah, it's up to you now, or we can just take you straight through to the thing. But it is, if you imagine, one big sports like centre type building, big glass windows on the front and thing, and then two larger halls to the left and right hand side, almost in a U shape, and then there's all this goings on around the outside of it.
Is there a commander? Is there a military presence here?
Yeah. The I believe they were part of the group that were in Buckingham Centre. This was marked as a fallback point for them, and here we are. But Commander Whitaker, but we all call him Arthur. He's fine. He's running things here, and they've. I mean, they tried a few times, I think, to go back into the main base, but seem to have just been settled here now, and we've had no problem since. Obviously, you've seen the guards on point. Feels pretty safe when we're here.
Sound better than where we were.
Well, yeah. I mean, we don't know. Don't know where you've been hanging out, but yeah, we've seen some of the states of people coming in. Like I said, the commander's been good. We're always on the drive, and like I say, we've got scavenger groups. Everyone gets to put to work here, because we've got to bring in enough. Obviously, we don't want to turn anyone away. So making sure that we can self-sustain is high on his priority list.
All these stalls here, is there some kind of currency, or are we trading shit?
Well, at the moment we haven't really had any need to trade. It's all been for internal use. So people are given their rations in a day for food, and then mainly the stalls are used for equipping up the different teams depending on whichever team you want to get put on. But yeah, there's not really a marketplace for sure, but I'm sure the commander's thinking about it.
Are there any jobs or skills that you need?
Honestly, I wouldn't have a clue. I'm sure skills are definitely what we would need in skilled people. But yeah, if you speak to the commander and the guys, the soldiers, they lead what's going on. We get given our jobs, and as long as we follow our jobs, then all goes well. But yeah, in terms of knowing what's required, that's a bit above my pay grade. Not that I get paid.
They're looking for a chef. I'm your man.
Oh, I mean, that sounds great. We've got a decent kitchen here at the centre. We found the guys went out and got some decent cookware, I think. So we never go hungry, but yeah, they could always do an extra pair of hands.
As we're walking through, can I keep an eye out for anything that looks a bit shady? With my criminal background, that I might notice.
Yeah. You roll a perception check.
Oh fuck! I haven't had to do this manually in a while.
I know, when you get from D&D on backwards. It's like that.
That is a 2.
You're like, am I losing the knack for my shadiness? No, nothing. It looks a little... Everything... Like I say, it's strange to see what looks like this like Saturday morning farmer's market vibe of people milling about. But you can see that like there are soldiers dotted around everywhere. A lot of them have weapons either not on or weapons on their backs, and then they're not patrolling. But they are. You can see that there's a military force around, but nothing looks untoward from what you see in that main walkway.
And no scent of marijuana in the air.
No scent of marijuana. Yeah, no. Unfortunately.
Damn it.
Cool. So you guys, he walks you in with the scav crew. You see a few people turn and kind of look as you're coming in, but you look a bit battered and bruised and look disheveled. But that's not necessarily a strange sight. They're usually just happy to see the scav crew come back, and the different members of the scav crew kind of all dot off, and you're left with. I don't know, but I think it's actually it's Max that runs you out there. Max keeps you and walks you up to the stairs, and you go into the reception room. Go into the main double doors of the sports centre, and it is just like a leisure centre. You see the signs up there pointing towards squash courts and pointing towards tennis courts in some ways, and change rooms and everything else. And he's like, this way. Walks you just down one of the corridors and just taps on the door, opens the door, and leads you guys into a room. As you go into the room, it looks like a whole. There's an office, a larger office where they've just pulled lots of chairs, and there's a few guys in there, tables and chairs working. And you can see in the back corner there's an office room with a gentleman sat in a kind of glass box off office, who you would assume is someone of more importance. As Max just hands off to one of the soldiers, like, we got some guys. We found some fresh meat out on the road. If you could take them in to see Arthur at some point. And one of the soldiers turns around and goes, "Yep, no worries. Can you all roll perception checks?"
12.
4.
Oh. That is a 14.
14.
It's 14 for me, though.
Nice.
17.
Oh, perfect. So, Matthew and Beth, you, as you're looking around, you recognise the kind of army, not general, private soldier that Max nods to, turns around and goes, "Yeah, no worries, we got that." And you recognise the face of this soldier, and you recognise her as being the soldier you met back on the first night in Winslow, in Swanbourne, sorry, before you went to Winslow. Or was it Winslow? In Winslow. When you met the first night, and the person that you tried to steal from the car from, the guys that came round and cleared out the garage, and then they told you they were going to go to the base to sort out Graves, the walkie-talkie. This was the private that was helping cover over the bodies of the guys that you guys met the first time. Obviously, Ted, you were not around at that time, so you have no recollection of this one.
No.
She, as she looks at you, just nods and checks you guys over and just like, "Hi, you could." There's no recollection on her face that she recognises you.
Did we meet in Winslow?
Possibly. It's been a bit of a wild day of faces. And then she kind of reeks back and looks and goes, "Yes, yes. Where is you were with the lieutenant, right? Where's Graves?"
He is unfortunately no longer with us.
Okay. And how have you guys been holding up? How is everybody? You've made it here, which is good.
Just about. Yeah, we have a small setup just a couple of towns over, but yeah, we've had better days.
It's been difficult.
Yeah, no, I can imagine. Well, it's good to see you alive, and welcome to the Enclave. We've been sending groups out on scout fronts to try and find survivors where we can, but we never heard back from Graves and on the walkie-talkie. And well, as you can see from where we are, the assault that Captain Garrison was planning didn't necessarily go to plan, which was a shame. So but yes, we have fallen back, I suppose, to this wonderful leisure centre and are looking to rebuild things from here. But it's so good to see. Let me get you in to see see the commander. Yeah, he'll speak to you guys and see what you want to get on with. And but it's good to see you. And she kind of like trots off to the door, raps on the door, pokes her head in, says some bits, and you see the guy look down to your direction, nods, and then as she comes out, she's like, "Come on," wave you guys in to the office. And the office is like definitely just an office that was in the back of the service centre that's just been taken over. On the walls, though, there are like lots of different maps of the local area. You can see that most of the regular leisure centre gear has been removed, and there's just like pinboards with stuff on them and stuff that's screwed into the walls. A few of the cabinets that have been like rejigged. It looks like this office has just been knocked together. So there's a desk in there, enough chairs, big desk with a table to lay maps on, and then maps around the walls and different bits of intel on the walls. As he comes in and stands up and says to you, welcome to the Enclave. Private Shepherd here tells me that you guys have met before and that you've been out on the road and survived from the Buckingham camps. And I'm very glad that you have made it, and I'm very sorry that we could not protect you in that time, but you've made it here today. If you don't mind, I'd like to sit down with you guys and just discuss how you've been getting on, where you've been, are there any other survivors we should be worrying about, and what you'd like to see for the future. We are trying to rebuild a plan here at the Enclave, which we are happy for everyone to be a part of, but there are some rules that we're trying to stick to, but it's just good to get an account of what happened after those days that we lost everybody. So, if you don't mind, would you like to take a seat?
I stay standing.
Yeah.
Because I can't sit down in my suit. Very well.
I always forget you're in a fucking suit.
I know. I was thinking that when we were walking through the town, like, everyone just looks at you normally. It's like, are they really?
And you carry the javelin too, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, of course.
That wouldn't be so bad. Like a polo. That's not a terrible weapon. Yeah, the suit of armor. Fucking suit of armor. It started so well and it just went. I thought when you took it, it was going to go on and up, but now you're just a knight walking around in a zombie apocalypse. Oh, cool. So yeah, you're in.
Living out my dream.
He leans back behind him and opens up like a tiny little like drinks fridge, gets out a few bottles of water, throws them up on the table and says, like, please help yourself to some water or whatever you need. So you find yourself here today at the Enclave. I hear you bumped into one of the scavenger crews out in town. How, if you wouldn't mind, like, how's it been? Where have you been? Where have you been stationed from the night of the Buckingham camp fail to today?
I slump down against the wall of the glass office and sit on the floor and light a cigarette.
Oh, well, I mean, if you need to smoke inside, smoke inside. Old rules, eh? It's a few more things out there trying to kill us than cigarettes. That's it. Does anyone want to recount? You can recount quickly, you don't have to do it in detail.
I count to 6 and then forget that I don't know how to count further.
Recount! Recount! He pulls out a shotgun and shoots you in the head. No?
Oh, he's got shotgun shells. Ah.
Yeah.
Yeah, he
Fires
knows.
from his mouth. Yeah. So
Paying off them a wobble.
I know it's been tough for everybody, but yeah, what we're trying to do is just make sure we can build up enough information of the local areas so we can send out scavenger parties further. Once we get ourselves a bit more set, we're trying to build something a little bit, something that we can build from, a base that we can build from here. The idea is to be as self-sufficient as possible. We want to make sure that we're safe, that we can look after people, that we can accept people in if we need, and a lot of that is knowing where people are still out there in the world. So yeah, any information you've got, I know it can be difficult to share, will be well received, shall we say.
Will things ever go back to normal?
I think there'll be a new normal, shall we say. From what we've seen and the devastation that we've seen in certain areas, it's going to take a long time to get things back. Some of the plans and some of the estimations were wrong. As we've now known, Be it our plan from here is to build out as much as we can, reclaim as much of the area as we can, take back as much of this area, this part of the world anyway, to bring back as much normal as possible.
There's a few more of us back at our current setup.
Yep.
In terms of other people seen along the way, I haven't really seen anyone along the way.
Cool.
Not friendly, at least.
And none that have survived either.
Unfortunately, that's not a story that shocks me. Should.
Have you found out more as to why, how these zombies, the things just exist?
Unfortunately, not. We haven't had anyone here from some this kind of medical or science teams that have provided any light whatsoever. We had some reports that came in. We were given the order to quarantine and to keep people out of the cities because of the spread of a disease, but we weren't told that this was the disease. So no, in terms of why this is happening, we haven't got a clue. But what we are trying to do is make sure that we're building a plan so we can survive whatever is going on. We know we can beat them. We know that if we're organised and we're structured and we have plans that we can take back areas. We've proved it already. We haven't had an incident here at the base for the 2 or 3 days now, which is, as silly as it sounds, is heartening to everybody that's here. But yeah, it's all about building out from here, and if we can find out some information, we find some information. But mainly, it's about the rebuild process. How do we get some, like you said, a sense of normality?
Have you guys seen some of the changes that these things have been going through? They're doing some fucking weird shit.
Check. How do you mean changes?
There's mutations.
Oh, well, we've had reports of some slightly more aggressive, some slightly faster of these zombies.
They're the least
bigger
your
ones.
worries.
Yeah, there's bigger ones out there.
Okay, this is good. I might send you out.
Get your man Max back in here. He saw some of the weird shit that's going on. They're sprouting fucking plants and shit.
Okay, that is new news to us. That's good information. Thank you for sharing. We will. Yes, when we're finished here, we'll send you off to talk to the head of the scav units. We'll get someone investigate sprouting plants. Did you say?
Yes.
Yeah, there's some weird shit going on.
Okay.
Some strange fauna there.
Good. Well, we live and learn, eh? We live and learn. Okay. No, we were
Not good.
well
Bad.
good- bad overall, yes, but good that we know about it, because you could have just saved some lives there if we send some people out to some areas and they're not expecting. Now we know what they can be looking out for. But yeah, we'll put you in touch with the scav crews.
I pull the one of the pods, the pod I took out from that underground,
Yep.
and hand over to him.
Oh,
It's-
okay. He like pulls out, just takes an A4 bit of paper. He's like, that's safe to hold.
That seems to be now I've removed it from the plant, but that was one of the strange pods that was growing in a basement, just not in a basement, just totally covered by all this different grass and plants and all sorts.
Okay.
And they did seem to be, this one's not anymore, they're emitting some sort of kind of toxin that seems to be quite poisonous.
This is very good information, I guess. Just give me 1 second. And he looks out into the office and tries to like wave down someone to come in. I'm just trying to think out who it is. He is waving. So yeah, looks out, like whistles, waves, just like trying to get someone. And Private Shepherd spins around again. She comes to us and she's like, yeah. He's like, can you, Private Shepherd, can you take this down to the guys in the scav teams? There is something else out there. You say guys, grab Max, yeah? Grab grab Max and that team that went out.
Yeah,
on a
he
full,
saw that shit.
he
Yeah,
said, good.
yeah.
Get those boys in. We want a full debrief of what they've seen. There's something else we've got to watch out for. And she's like, cool. She takes the piece of paper, just like cradling the thing, not touching it, rushes back out the room and closes behind her. Okay, that is good. That is good. This
Well,
is.
must be the first time in ages someone's touched your balls.
You say that, you say.
Yeah.
He literally goes, what? You reckon? My balls?
Tentacles.
Oh, tentacles. I thought you were talking to the commander.
No.
Oh.
Ted got to put his ball out.
Leave my balls out of this time.
My old wrinkly doctor's balls. Okay. No, thank you. This is good information. Like I said, we'll send you down to the scav team as well once we're done with Max and his crew. So I suppose we know where you've been, and he's taken down the notes and the names of the places you've been and circling them on maps and sorting bits out. What is your plan for the future? Where would you like to see yourself? Are you safe where you are? We've had people come in and they've been adamant that they want to go elsewhere, and we failed before in trying to force people to stay here in the Enclave. That is not what we are here to do. We know, as the armed forces, we've let a lot of people down, and there's a lot of trust to build back. So we like to ask the people that come in, would they like to be part? Is there somewhere they'd like us to go and check on, or do you want to go out and live by yourself? But we will keep in contact with you as much as we can to check on you guys. But yeah, really, it's about you, what you lot want for the future. Here at the Enclave, we can give you all jobs. You seem like you can handle yourself out in the field, so if you fancy helping us push the borders back, we have roles within fighting squads, we have the scavenger teams, we have obviously medical teams that stay within here, and if you are done out helping, we have places you can settle down. We need farmers, we need cooks, we need carers, we need medical workers in general, just to make sure that we're keeping people alive from other ailments which ordinarily didn't seem like a problem. So there is a place for everybody here, but really it's about what you guys would like.
Short term, I definitely want to be here for a bit, get myself back on my feet, and who knows what.
I'm happy to help with expeditions, but doing defenses is woodworking. I'm a carpenter.
Carpenter, very good to hear. Good news. We need carpenters, and you can see everywhere we go isn't blessed with the fortified steel fences that we've got here as part of this leisure centre. We need to some of their forward posts and the outposts that we're building and pushing back. We are having to build them on the ground as we find custom fit outposts. We're trying to build out there, so carpenters are always useful.
You're right, not everywhere does have these gates. We've left a bunch of people behind, relatively undefended. We still need to get back to them.
Oh. And this is where you were held up before you bumped into Max and team.
Yeah.
And I look at Dylan, strangely, this comment coming from him.
Mm-hmm.
This sense of care for others.
Okay, no, we can help with that. I can speak to see if we can get you a ride along out there. I'm assuming you have a vehicle if you've come in on foot like the rest of the guys?
We do back at the hardware store.
Okay.
Yes, we did have a vehicle, yes.
Okay.
It's surrounded.
Yeah.
I think I know this. I don't remember.
Yeah, you do,
Yeah, because I joined them late, so I can't remember.
Yeah, you cleared the exit menu. Okay, well, what we can, you guys, how urgent would you look? Because you can rest up here. You don't mean to be rude, but you don't look fighting fit necessarily. So we can get you to rest up here if you think that they can last another day, or we can send you out right now, and I can try and pull some sort of escort for you. We could. I'll have to speak to the guys down in the garage.
I definitely need time to rest. On a doctor scale, I'm a 1.
No, I heard about these doctor
I
scales.
definitely need a rest.
Well, what we can do if the guys know where your car is, we can always trade you out. If that's a working vehicle, we can always get one of the scav teams to go and bring it back, and we can see if Tom can sort you something out from the garage. We've got a very good mechanic down here who's he's keeping a few of the vehicles running. We tend to try and keep away from the vehicles due to the noise. We find that while you don't suspect driving causes too many problems, give it 20 minutes to an hour, and behind you you've got a horde of those fucking things. So we have a few select vehicles, but if you need to get back, we can maybe do a trade, or if you are desperate for that vehicle, we can look at sending someone out to at least help you retrieve it.
Well, don't know. I think we need to have a little chat before we agree to anything.
Yeah, no, definitely. Sorry.
Those guys are holed up, injured,
Exactly.
without defences.
Dylan,
I've not
are
seen
you,
this side to you before.
are
you were
you,
willing to
you
let them
feeling
die.
okay?
Well, you know, me and Akira got a thing going on.
Ah, there we go. That's
He just wants the whip.
Plus,
Weed
the colonel's
wearing
a
up, I
cool
think.
dude, man. The colonel gave me a fucking rifle.
Okay. Well, how about we get you set up? We'll put you in one of the porter cabins that we have for kind of containment. We can't allocate you a bed or anything, obviously, until we know what you're doing and where you're staying. But we can put you up definitely with a decent bed, if you don't mind, all sharing one cabin for tonight. And then let's discuss in the morning. I'll put you in touch with some of the guys. You can come up with however you want. Like I say, we can either look at retrieving, send a team out to help you retrieve your vehicle. We've got some ways of clearing larger halls if we need to, or we can look at a trade-off potentially where we take your keys, go and get your vehicle at the safest point, and you take one of Tom's if he's got something he can loan out. Ideally, we'd like you to bring it back with everybody else, because vehicles in good working order are becoming more and more difficult to find. But let me...
Yeah, don't worry, I'm a brilliant driver.
Okay. He looks out again, waves, private ship comes in. He's like, private ship, could you see these guys get one of the containment cabins for the evening? We're going to put them up, give them some food, make sure they've got their ration books, and then if you could get Tom to come and see me. I need a word about what's going on, and I'd like the report back from the scav team ASAP as well. And she's like, yep, yes, okay. And she's like, come on. She leads you out from the room, and as you're leaving, the commander just says to you, thank you, gentlemen. The information you've given today has been incredibly useful. I hope that we can get you out to get the rest of your party back safe, and I do hope that you consider our offer of staying with the Enclave. You guys clearly have some skills. We're always looking for skilled workers, but like I said, we just want people to be safe, to help us rebuild back to, and he looks back at you, Beth, that sense of normality. Thanks. And
Before we leave,
Yep.
you said there were rules.
Mm-hmm.
What rules?
Well, rules just to keep the camp going. Everybody has a job. Everyone must commit to that job. We don't force people into jobs that they don't necessarily want to do, and there's lots of transfers that go around, but for this to survive and for us to be self-sufficient, everyone needs to pull their weight. So when you are assigned work, you will be given a work rota, and as long as you abide by that, then you get your ration book and you get your place to sleep and everything else. This is we need to be strict on keeping the wheels moving. The more we can keep the wheels moving, the bigger the expanse we can get, hopefully the safer we can be, and therefore the more people we can accept. But unfortunately we can't have anybody not doing something. So the rules are quite simple. You wouldn't be surprised by them. It's mainly around making sure that you give as much as you take.
I look distrusting.
Mm-hmm. So,
I look trusting.
she says, thank you, gentlemen, Private Shepherd, and she just nods, and then she's like hurrying you out of the room. So she starts leading you down. She's like, I'll just take you down to the canteen now. She kind of walks back out. You go back out to the front and into the left building. As you're facing, so it'd be the flip. As you're walking into the camp, it would have been the right building, but now you're coming out. It's the building on the left, and she goes up into the stairway. And straight away, you can see that this is a huge sports hall, like what would have been a multi-purpose, like four or five badminton courts, width wide, giant thing, and the noise that hustles through as you walk in, it's like whoa. And as you have a peek in, you can see that they've got just like green at the front, towards the front side. They've got a few stands and stools, like just a table set up with people man behind them. But further out, you can see that there is rows of scaffolding built inside here, and then you get a peak of like beds and curtains that have been drawn over certain bits, and you get a feeling that there's a large. They've managed to build some kind of like large living complex within the inside of this sports hall. But being a sports hall, fucking noisy, very very loud. There's just chattering of people. You're like, oof. And of course, it's been very quiet for you guys as ambient noise for a week and a bit now. So to hear it all is a bit overpowering. And as she walks in, she just speaks to the person on the couch. She's like, we've got 4 people for the commander has asked that they get one of the containment cabins. Can you see that they are assigned one? They like whizzle through, pull out a pack. It's like hands it over, and Private Shepherd goes through and gives you all individually a little badge, like it's like a visitor's badge. Like a visitor's badge with a slip in there that just says C6, and then so she gives one of you each of those, and then gives you all these little tokens, 2 tokens, and they just have written on them one meal times 1. She's like, okay, this C6 is your containment cabin, so containment cabin 6 is this the C and 6. If you just make sure you're wearing your badges, so we know where you are assigned, so we don't lose track of you. And these ration tickets will get you a night's meal and a morning's meal from the Enclave. The commander has asked that you make sure that you are fed and fighting fit to go out for whatever the next day holds. Come with me, and she walks you down towards the containment cabins, and you can see these as you came. They go round the corner of the sports hall, behind where that kind of hubbub and that little marketplace vibe was, and you see a load of port cabins stacked on top of each other that are there, and they're just labelled 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 6 is the one on top of 5, which leads you up. And as you go into it, you can see there's just bunk beds set up, 2 bunk beds at either end, 2 bunk beds in the middle. Very tight, very cramped. Just has beds and has like some of the linen tied up there, top sheet, like a blanket sheet and a pillowcase. With 1 pillow, she's like, so this is your containment cabin. Enjoy your night's rest. If you need anything, you know where we are in the main reception area, or just kind of chat to people, get a feel for what the Enclave has to offer. Mealtime are served between 6 and 8:30, and in the morning breakfast is served from 6:30 till 9. If you want your meals, then you're free to go from there, and someone will be round to grab you at breakfast to take you over to see, I believe, Tom, or to find out what you guys would like to do. Does anybody have any questions?
I'm just going to say to Matthew, fancy a game of tennis?
Don't. He's baiting the no balls cliff. I can't believe you're baiting the no balls cliff.
Got no balls, Luke.
Private Shepherd looks back at you. She's like, no, the tennis courts are where the living quarters are now. We don't actually have any of the sports facilities over, but that's a good idea, actually.
Are we confined to this thing, or can we mingle?
No, feel free to mingle. We just ask that you wear your badges at all times, so everybody knows where you are set up and camping. So it just helps everyone identify which teams they're in normally, but for you guys that you are just visiting at the moment, which would be good. But yeah, feel free to mingle, to see what is going on, speak to some of the teams, and like I say, dinner will be served. Not too soon. And she looks. It's like, yeah, in an hour or so, dinner will be served. So you will get a good chance to talk to people there as well. But I recommend you get your rest, and we'll catch up in the morning.
How do you make the badges? Do you have like a laminator?
No, if you look, they're just a piece of paper slid inside a case. Funnily enough, they were one of the things that were actually here.
Oh, I wanted to laminate.
You wanted to laminate, well, you know. Hopefully, we'll get to the time when we can all laminate whatever the fuck we want. No, it's just okay. Any other questions? As I shall, I've got a lot to get on with, and I will be chasing up that report from Mac and the Scav team. No? Okay. Well, enjoy your evenings. Get your rest. Like I say, feel free to go and talk to anybody you would like. If anything serious comes up, you know where we are. But yes.
Is there anywhere that's off limits?
Well, I wouldn't go outside of the gates. For one, we asked that actually that once it gets the light comes down, that we stay within the central area just for noise pollution and anything. But no, there's nowhere that's off limits per se. If there is, there'll be soldiers on entrances for areas that aren't for anybody. So I don't think there's anywhere that's too serious to mark you out. But yeah, if you want to walk the grounds aren't that large, but yeah, if there's anywhere you're not supposed to be, don't worry, there'll be a soldier out front to let you know where to go.
I mutter under my breath, I fucking hate soldiers.
Mm-hmm.
I just go inside and try and find the comfiest place to kip.
Nice. So yeah, and it is just that. It is a cabin with bunk beds that are just shoved in there so that you get 8 in, but it's very tight. You're moving around each
Shotgun bottom floor.
other.
Shotgun bottom.
I stay in character, but with the star, because I just I said it so quickly to shotgun it that I can do the voice.
Perfect.
I'm going to climb on top of one of the top bunks while still in my suit of armor.
Let's see. Let's pretend it's not real. Cool. So yeah, you are in your cabin. She asked that you wear your badges that all say the C6 on them, and they're all identical. Nothing else on there, and it does just look like a piece of paper that's been printed with them.
I throw the badge on the floor and exit the cabin.
Nice. Nothing like looking a gift horse in the mouth.
I'm going to try and get some sleep because this last meal because I've got four on the lukewarm scale.
You feel pretty. So you've got the meal tokens. You can go to sleep now and go through. You've got an evening with a meal if you want to do it. You feel pretty safe here. There's no such thing as
I'm going to sleep. I don't know what everyone else is going to do.
Yeah, I'm going to sleep as well.
I need to sleep too.
Cool. It's been a pretty manic day for your days go. Most of them are pretty manic. This one,
I don't know
especially.
what you're on about. I feel fine.
You wait till I shut. But yeah, crash, having a car crash, fighting in the streets, walking into town, killing someone, then going over to a hardware store, nearly get killed, barricading it, being saved, then turn up here. As days go, this has been a pretty hectic one.
Pretty standard.
But yeah. Okay, so for those that bed down, you find your bunks with Dylan leaving. I'm sure there's small bunks.
I think I'm going to take the arm.
Yeah. Probably
Good
would make sense.
You might need some help from one of the other guys.
Yeah, I was just... Okay. Yeah, how long would it take for me to take the armor?
It takes 10 minutes to don and doff the armour.
Oh, okay.
With help, it could be a bit quicker, but yes.
That's a bit annoying.
You might want to find some brasso.
Browser. WD-40 just to shimmy it off.
Okay, well, I'm going to take the armor off, but then I'm not going to go for rest yet.
Okay. You're not going to take it off yet?
No, I'm going to take it off
Oh,
now,
you're gonna take it off, yeah.
but I'm not going to rest yet.
Okay. Cool. So, Dylan, you throw the badge on the floor and exit. Is there anywhere particularly you would like to go?
I just want to prowl the camp and look for dark corners where people might be doing shady things.
Okay, cool.
I'm determined to find some weed in this fucking enclave full of people.
Roll a perception check.
Oh, this never goes well. 3.
3. No, you're super perceptive. So no, on in terms of looking around and seeing things, you can see the main hub. You see where on this side of the building, on this side of the kind of complex, that you've got that large hall, and then you guys are outside, obviously in the grassway there. That's all built up. There's nothing that's on this other side that goes down behind the building. Nothing looks like it's too shady from there, and you can see the front. The front seems well guarded. They've got light, like some lighting systems up there, and torches to keep track of what's going on. And you get the feel as well that where your cabins are is like at the edge, and then as the further you get in towards the middle of the kind of camp is where the more noise happens, and there's more stalls and more stuff. So they're keeping a lot of the noise generation in the middle of this U shape, with the bottom of the U being like the open of the U being the gate towards the gateway out. But other than that, as you look around, as it's starting to get a little bit dark, you're not seeing anything that you'd consider shady.
I will approach one of the people milling about and ask them. So, where does a guy trade for some of life's little luxuries around here?
Roll a d6. I'll give you the number.
Is a 6.
That was a 6. Okay, that makes it more. If you were to mill, who would you be looking for? I was going to give you a roundabout, but if you had to pick,
mill, he would make
someone, if you're a
flour.
middleman, you're like trying to pick. No, it's funny. If you're trying to pick someone out and you're like trying to pick the right person to ask this question to,
Probably someone who is a bit younger. Maybe who isn't dressed as sharp as the military guys. Someone that looks like they might be a little lazy.
Okay. Cool. So you, as you're going around, you bump into a young man. Looks kind of scruffy, and he's got dirty boots on. Jeans got a bit of mud and bits on him, and he tends to look at you like, "Oh, newbie, are we?" He's like, "What are you looking for?" He's like, "I might be able to help you out." He's like, "My name's Rob. I'm working the farms, but I've got some connections."
Farms, eh? You growing any special plants out there?
I'm growing some bloody big tomatoes, if that's what you mean.
Yeah, no, I'm not really looking for fruits. Looking for leaves.
Oh, leaves. Yeah, no, okay. Well, some like cucumber or like some lettuce, and he puts his arm around you and starts like walking you walking you the opposite way of the middle area. So again, into where it's getting slightly darker, there's less people moving around. Yeah, no, we can. Most of that comes in the ration pots and stuff. He's like, "Well, you want some grass, do you?"
Yeah, of course I fucking do.
What have you got to trade?
Shit, what do I have to trade on? I've got this lovely fancy multi-tool thing.
I want a multi-tool. All the tools here. We got the army here. If you want grass, this is a big trade. I see, and then he looks around at the front of you, and he's like, "Hello, where are you based? What team are you working for?"
Just visiting. Pulled us in today.
Seems a little bit okay. Just visiting, eh? What you?
I do have an expensive watch. Is that worth anything?
I expect to me? No. What do I want to watch for? I'm a farmer living in a bloody oppressed fucking. These guys watching us every day. We're sitting. I need something useful. You got to think of something useful.
If you've got some good grass and a nice little amount for me, I have this tack vest.
You want to
trade Luke's tack vest?
You want to give me a military vest? Right. Let me have Witless down. Clearly, if you are just passing through, I want useful stuff. I want some contraband. I want something naughty. I'm not going out there. I'm a farmer. Look at me. I've been dodging going out there since I fucking got in. I don't even know anything about farming. Might as well look like I do. Make myself a little bit muddy, but I do know where the grass is growing.
What the fuck? Contraband in it?
Well, we get us all on rations. Anything that's not ration based. A bit of booze would be nice. Some good quality booze. Do you know what? Just even some nice clothes. I haven't had a change of clothes in a while. Think about some of the luxuries you might find if you're out there that I might like. that I might be able to provide you some wheat for. It's a real tangible.
I have I'm out of character. I have 2 sort of half drunk bottles of booze still that were going to be used as Molotovs. And I also have a hip flask. I also have a wax jacket that I've never worn. Try and trade all of that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you present all of those out. He's like, okay, that's okay. Roll a persuasion check.
Oh, that's better. Persuasion is a dirty 20.
I was about to say, I was doing his voice. Oh, a dirty 20, lovely. I mean, half drunk bottles of booze. I can deal with that, but I have to say that fucking jacket is. Okay, we've got your deal. You package this up somehow. Give me it in a little bag. I'll see you tomorrow morning, just before breakfast. Come and see me in the farm. And he points away, like where you are. It's just back around the. So on the left-hand side of that big building, they're like round the corner of it. It's like, come see me there. We're out fucking early in the morning farming. Come see me and I'll do your swap.
Alright, sounds good.
What's your name?
Dylan.
Nice, Dylan. And he puts his hand out. He's like I said, Rob, nice to meet you. Welcome to the Enclave.
Yeah, catch up with you in the morning, Rob.
So he shakes your hand and gets a. And he darts off towards the food hall.
I will package that stuff up somehow at some point.
Yeah. Just like throw it in the carry bag, essentially. Cool. Anything else you would like to do?
I still have the rifle.
Yep.
I wonder if I could trade the rifle for something else useful with somebody else, but I don't know. Maybe you want to go to the others first.
Okay. Sweet. So you make your way back to the cabin. Get to cabin 6. Get yourself settled in there. The rest of the guys, most of them probably passed out by now on that short jaunt that you went out, but fully passed out. The suit of armour is no longer on Matthew on the floor.
Finally off.
It's finally off. Smells a bit like poo. No. I say it because you guys get in my brain. I'm supposed to be the sensible one, and I can't help but say a stupid thing. It smells like poo.
I've got a question.
Yep.
While Dylan went out, did he leave his alcohol here?
Probably not.
Okay, never mind then.
He literally just said he was trading it.
I know.
Like
I know,
what?
but he might have had it back at the in his bed, maybe.
Can you imagine going back the thing I'm going to trade and Luke's drunk?
He's drunk it. I can imagine it. Yeah.
That was the plan, yeah.
Without like sight of those items, I don't think the trade would have been possible. It's one of those like seeing.
Yeah, I'm imagining I had my bag on me.
Yeah, you had your bag, and you've opened it up, and he's gone like, like you're both as close as you can to a wall. And he's going through it. And he's like, okay, 2 bottles. And you've got the hip flask, and then he's got the jacket out, and he's like, okay, yeah. Without seeing it, he wouldn't. He wouldn't have done the trade. We'd have asked to go and see them first.
So remove those things from my inventory.
Yep, nice. So you get back, and you all get a nice long rest. Sleep.
I don't know, what was Matthew doing? Because he said he wasn't resting.
Oh yeah, you weren't resting, were you?
Oh, well, I was kind of just sitting up. As Dylan gets back in,
Yeah.
I'm going to ask, where have you been, Dylan?
Just having a look around, trying to figure out what the locals are up to.
What do you think of this place?
I don't trust soldiers. The last soldier we had with us was a dick.
I mean, he wasn't, but I don't know if I trust this place or not either.
And we've left those people undefended again with fucking raiders and zombies out there. I wouldn't usually give a shit, you know. I don't give a fuck about Kieran. I don't give a fuck about Pops. But the Colonel was a cool guy. He gave me that fucking gun and shit.
We need to get back there. I don't feel comfortable with this a long-term place either.
Just, you know, well, shit, maybe if we do end up staying here, we can find a way to push the soldiers up.
I mean, that's a bit extreme.
Who knows? Anyway, I need to sleep on the old doctor's stand. I feel like a one.
You get some rest.
It was so funny if someone started a little fight, he just punched you, and you were the one. And you are down. Shit, son.
Yeah, I didn't know if that was going to happen. You know, if the guard had wandered on the deer, like no badge.
It's all very lucky. All very lucky. Would have been funny though. Cool. So
But in
all...
comparison, it's like the main hall where all the camp beds are set up.
Yep.
So our quarantine bit. How is it like right next to it?
Yeah. So as you come out of court, so you kind of passed by. So the building's massive. That spot's all pretty decent, but it's on like the back corner of it. And that's where there's like the containment. And you can see it's like the two of those containment cabins. In front of those cabins, still like near the wall, is where some of those stalls and some of that action was going on. So it looks like there's areas for people to kit up in certain areas. There's different people handing out different packs and different tools depending on what the gears are. It looks like some of the jobs are given out from that central square as well. I'll draw up a map of it at some point.
Yeah.
But yeah, you are like you're the furthest thing out, because they want they want sleeping quarters to be as far away from the middle bit of the action, because you want to sleep, and if you're asleep and quiet, you're also not making noise to attract anything the other side of fences or trying to get through.
Yeah, I'm just gonna sit outside for like 20 minutes or so, just contemplating things, just a bit before heading back in to rest.
Okay, cool.
Just to kind of get some feelings together about this point.
Yeah. Like I say, it's straight. It's like familiar and strange, because and now even like within an hour or so, you can hear a bit of a hub from like the other hall, which you make out now to be like the mess hall area, and where there's a lot more activity, but that's where people are eating. You can hear a bit from there, but outside everywhere else, like almost again still that deadly silence. So going from the marketplace, where in the day, like the later part of the day and evening, it was busy, the office, and you've got like what looks like a standard setup of an office. If you were to imagine what like an army officer post would look like, that is exactly what it would look like. And then rolling back through with the day you've been through, it's like, what the this is just here. This has been here the whole time. Like, what the hell?
Yeah, I'm kind of like, what I'm thinking when I'm sat out there is kind of like, while it's not exactly like things before, it's as close to it before as we've got. And I'm kind of like in my head thinking like, I don't want to go back to what before.
Yeah.
Because obviously how I was living before, kind of like feel like going back to this sort of thing, it's not good for me.
Yeah, that makes sense.
But yeah, so just now like a little bit of time thinking over that sort of stuff, and then I will head back, go rest.
Cool. So you all sleep through, and we'll count the long rest part as starting from the part of the day when you were there through the night, and then obviously you'll have a morning and a catch up to get the full kind of 36 hours. So yeah, you all obtain a nice long rest in safety.
Look at all those HP points!
All those tiny HP points back.
So
and knowing as tired as you are, there was no alarm call or anything asked for or set. So when would you guys naturally start to awaken and arise? It's quite quiet where you are. You'd hear the light hum of people as it got later. So like I said, breakfast starts to get served from 6 to 8, but there's not a lot of noise at that time. But as the morning edges on, there'll be a general hub. By about 8 o'clock in the morning, there's a general hub of people and noise going on.
I think I'd wake up when I hear the other guys in the room wake up. They're moving around and talking and shit.
Ted smells like an early riser to me. Old man, just like, oh, off and going, let's go.
That was pretty low on the doctor scale as well, so probably sleeping a bit longer than normal, so I'll probably wake up about 8-ish, I guess.
Cool. Would you, any of you, so are you getting up? Are you going down for breakfast? Is that the plan? Or are you going to have a discussion of what you guys would like before you bump into anybody? That's the other thing. As soon as you leave the cabin, you're going back out into the people of the Enclave, so you are likely going to bump into people and be asked questions. Is it a plan you want to set before you leave whilst you're all together? Hello?
And then everybody else catch up, I guess.
Yeah, I think.
Yeah,
Sure.
I would tell the others I'm going to try and find some ammo for this shotgun. You know, they're obviously tooling up their teams somewhere.
I mean, is it? Why don't we stay a week or so, and then they'll give you ammo instead of. There's lots of them, and not very many of us. And honestly, actually, you know what? Go ahead. Go ahead.
Dylan, just make sure you don't get hold of this ammo in the wrong way. It will, whatever you do will reflect on all of us.
I ain't gonna do nothing stupid. You think I'm gonna do some shady shit? And at that point, I exit the cabin and go find Rob.
Cool. So yeah, you exit the cabin. As you come out, you feel there's like a light rain has started, light drizzle, which is nasty. Rob's gonna be very happy with his wax coat, I'm sure. As you head out towards, give me just a general perception check for the morning.
General perception is 13.
13, nice. So yeah, if we say it's like between 8 and 9, there's not a lot of people moving around. There's a few marked up at those stalls, and you can see there's a few of the teams being given out stuff. And you see at the front gate a team already leaving to go out somewhere else, and you can see that this middle centre has a lot of people turning up, getting work cards, moving on, finding out what their plan is, and then either leaving or going off to do their individual jobs. You can hear a bit of a hum from the cafeteria hall, less than there was at dinner, but a bit of a hum as you kind of make your way through the farming bit and come in the corner. And as you get round to the farming place, you can see there's these big ones where they've just like turfed up all of the grass that was just round behind this building, and it's now lined out. You can see very clear allotment paths, and there's a couple of greenhouses towards the back, a couple of sheds not to back. Looks fairly legit, well planned out. Essentially large allotment and stuff is starting to grow in there. You can see that some of the plants that have tags on from some like well-known what they called garden centres, where it looks like they've obviously just gone and raided out resources from there. They've taken pre-grown plants and have thrown in as many of those cans, so you can see there's some bits from there. And as you come around the corner, you see a few people kind of look towards you. And Rob just shouts down. He's like, "Ah, oh! You didn't tell him your name, didn't you? You did, yeah."
Yeah.
He's like, "Oh, Dylan, come down here." He's like, "Oh no, guys, don't worry, Dylan's here. He's just he's having a little look. We might have a new farmer on our house. Don't worry, I won't tell him any of the bad stuff." Come in, and he walks, waves you up to one of the greenhouses. It's like, "Oh, you are up bright and early." It's like, "I've been working for an hour already. You didn't fancy getting out of bed this morning?"
Fuck no, working.
Yeah.
We don't have alarms, so how the fuck am I supposed to know what time it is?
I don't know, I fucking have to wake up and get here on time. You find a way. Jesus. You forget it was only...
Well, you know, if we end up sticking around, then maybe.
Well, if you don't wake up, don't pick bloody farming. That's like we're up at the freaking literally first light. Anyway, have you got everything?
Yeah, I've got everything. And I would attempt to move us to a stealthy little corner for a handover.
Nice. He goes...
If one exists.
Yeah, there will be one. He's like, not here. If you leave your bag here, we'll go around the back. We'll go behind the shed. Don't get any ideas. It's not like that.
Alright.
So he asks you to stick the bag in the on the bottom shelf of one of the inside the greenhouse. It's got like a little metal cabinet. It's got runs of seeds and a few trowels and stuff in there, and the bottom shelf looks free. He just asks you to throw it in the bottom shelf. Okay, bag.
Cool. Yeah.
Sweet. So, and as you get to the front of the greenhouse, he's like, so that's where we start the seedlings off. We've got some new stuff coming through. You can see some of the plants we've got down here. We had a lovely little raid on a home base. Good stuff there. There's a nice little independent we found garden centre. We got some great little sproutlings from there. Some of the guys took some flowers, but yeah, you can see, and he's pointing some stuff, and he's like, and if you come around, the shed's where we keep all the tools and stuff. And as he gets out of earreach, people's like, fuck it, like cool. So one of the guys that came in was very handy with the gardening, and he had been growing. Brought some stuff with him, but also brought a couple of buds and been growing some bits. So he's been letting me trade some out. It's not all of mine, so he'll take some of that booze as well. He's less good with people. And as he comes around the back, you can see that he like kicks over a stone, and underneath there there's just like a Tesco's carry bag, and he kind of leans down, pulls through it, and pulls out. It's quite a small bag, little baggy, with some buds in it.
Fucking hell. It's more expensive than before the disease.
I mean, yeah, of course it is. Where do you think we're getting it from? Without trying to keep the lights, he's trying hard to get anything growing he can. In fact, if you want to add to your list of luxuries to bring back, some high wattage bulbs would be good. Some foil, anything that we can keep it hidden. But yeah, the soldiers turned a blind eye when he came in because essentially he set up this garden. Everything here was his work. But they're not so happy with us growing the actual drugs.
How much has he got planted?
Nowhere near enough. So if you can bring anything back to help us, that would be great. Essentially, trial and error at the moment because these are not perfect conditions for growing weed.
We'll take what we can. I'll take the baggie off him.
Now, don't fucking let anyone see that, because if you do, it didn't come from me. I don't even know who you are. You know the deal, all that stuff. But yeah, that's one thing just to bear in mind. We do have some stuff here, but, you know, it isn't a free world, shall we say, being in the Enclave. They keep us alive. I haven't had to fight any zombies. That's great for me. But, you know, we could get a few more freedoms.
Yeah, well, fucking soldiers always want to follow their rules, don't they?
Yeah, these guys are real sticklers for that. They're kind of some of his Arthur. You know, he's all right. He's got his head screwed on. He's got the plan. You know, some of the ones below him are the ones you just don't fuck with them, because I've seen people run their mouth and yeah, they don't muck around. So yeah, but I mean, big picture, I'm here trading you some weed for a lovely wax jacket. I get to just plant food, pick shit all day. So honestly, not that bad. But yeah, just saying, just watch it.
Yeah, all right, man.
Cool. Well, anyway, as you come back around the corner, he's like, so, you know, give us a thought. You know, we're always looking for more farmers here. We've got big plans to expand. And then one of the other, like an much older gentleman who's on his knees, just looks at him and goes, fuck's sake, Rob, will you get back to fucking work? I'm not coming for you again. He's like, hey, whoa, come on. I'm just showing the new boys around. It's like, well, anyway, have a good day, Dylan. He gives you a little wink and he goes over and kneels down next to the guy. Like,
yeah, you're right, fellas. Maybe I'll be getting my hands dirty too, so who knows?
As long as you do more... that old guy looks at him and goes, as long as you do more work than this prick. Cool.
Yeah, I just laugh at that and walk off.
So you head back. The rest of you, wakey, eggs and bakey.
Speaking of eggs and bakey, I'll go and get some breakfast.
Yeah.
I awake with you, and then I kind of follow. Oh fuck. Ted, that's it. Follow Ted to the kind of canteen.
Is this you? Cool. All heading down to the canteen? Yes, no? Just so I know.
Yeah.
Of course, you pick up.
I can't wait for Luke to review or critique the cooking.
I'm looking forward to this.
Let's see.
So yeah, and as they're coming down, Dylan, you see the guys making their way downstairs, and you kind of catch up with them as they go in. As you go into the food, and by the time you're getting there now, it's getting close to 9 o'clock. As you get in, you see that there's a few tables with a few people on, but most of them are cleared off. It looks like a lot of people get in, get food, and get out to whatever jobs and stuff they're signed up to. and you go up to the front, and it is they've got it set up almost like school cafeteria style. You go and get a tray, they give you a plate, and then you get like free pick of whatever's there. As you guys are going through, there's not much left. Being that you got here at like 9 o'clock, all the fresh stuff's gone. So there's some scrambled eggs in there, but powdered scrambled eggs, very dry, very dry. There's a couple of sausages for you to fight between, a couple of bits of bacon, some bread, some toast, and some butter if you wanted to get some bread in there. And the bread is like very, it's like self-cut bread, very small little loaves. You get the feeling that they're being made in bread ovens here, but not commercial bread ovens, in people's bread ovens that you'd have at home. So yeah, but it's a decent spread, and for you've been eating like ration packs and you found bits here and there, to have something that's been cooked, and it's even if it is powdered and some stuff that's the army rations pulled out, it's a good selection. But you can see that you're at the dregs of the breakfast. Do you pull whatever you want as you pull down? There's a person at the end as you get to your plate. Like proper IKEA style breakfast, where they like go through everything you've got on there, just check them out. She's like, cool, asks for your ration token, takes it, rips it, throws it at the back, and then nods you on, and you can grab a pew. And this is a big, another big hall, not as big as the other hall, it's slightly small, but you can see that it's been cut. So you went in through the kind of fire escape doors at the back of the hall, and you can see that they've set out in the hall, and there's nothing above it. The double heights there, a load of big, typical like school style benches, big long benches, big long tables, all butted up against each other, rows and rows, probably about 5 or 6 rows of these big long tables there. People just jump in and sit where they are eating, and then you can see there's trays to drop off, and the back end of the hall you can see is part of the kitchen, and you get the feeling there's something else behind that. So this hall's been chunked up into multiple uses. And yeah, there's a few tables of people sat there, but you guys can grab breakfast and sit down and chunk through. If there's anything you guys want to talk to each other about, this is the time to do so.
What is this food? Shocking.
Is there anything you try to fucking serve us?
I was gonna say it seems pretty par for the course.
I mean, the food they've got's better, but the execution's terrible.
Did you want that, like a balsamic glaze wrapped around the side of the plate or something?
Well,
I mean,
fucking
pomegranate molasses would have been nice.
He's such a toy.
For fuck's sakes.
And pomegranate molasses. I didn't know those two words could go together.
That'd be quite nice.
Just stick some of your tomato ketchup on it and stop complaining.
It's nice to have something a bit normal for once.
Mm-hmm. Where would you guys sat away from other people, closer to other people? There's not a lot. There's probably 3 or 4 groups of just like 2 or 3 people dotted around, but there's enough space for you to sit well away and on your own if you wanted to.
I would say on our own. Yeah.
Cool. So you sit down.
So, are we going to go back for our car or what?
I think so. I think that's the best thing to do.
Go for the car and then make your decision.
What do you think about? Okay, I was going to say, what do you think about the guys back at home?
We need to go to them.
Unless they.
I'm going to say, and they might have turned.
Well, that's for us to find out when we get there.
I mean, coming back here. I mean, what's your end goal here? I mean, we can't wander forever.
Survive is the end goal.
I mean, this seems the best place so far that we've want to survive. Look to survive at. The other people is defended.
I mean, it seems like they need a hand in the kitchen.
I don't know if you can help.
What are you trying to say?
I'm just saying that your skill would be wasted here.
Yeah, it's not the kind of place for pomegranate molasses here, so perhaps it's, you're a bit overqualified, Luke, is what you're saying.
I mean, you would. Did I see Dylan talking to the farmer, or did I not know that?
No, you wouldn't
see
see
that. No, you all inside the car.
Oh, okay, never mind then.
I was out checking out their farm area earlier, and they're growing fresh vegetables and shit.
Do they grow pomegranates?
I don't think pomegranates grow in Great Britain, Luke.
I mean, if you got a greenhouse, it might do.
I suppose. I don't know. Maybe they need some seeds. If you've got any seeds, you can always offer them to them.
I mean, we can have a look at some garden centres.
Yeah, they said they found a garden centre and raided it and took what they could get. I know they're growing tomatoes and cucumbers and shit.
I mean, this doesn't seem very fresh.
Well, yeah, but everybody else has already had breakfast and taken all the fresh shit. A lot of these teams have already been working for an hour and a half, 2 hours.
I mean, does this just mean you don't like mornings?
I mean, who likes fucking mornings?
I was just expecting a bit better, to be honest.
I hold my hand up for a high five. To Dylan.
Sure, why not?
I put it down as he goes for it.
Rollies. Dex check. Did you pull it down quick enough?
Sleight of hand or dex?
Oh, whichever you want.
They're the same, so
Yeah,
it's
I
kind
was
of
going to say,
irrelevant.
they were the same.
That's a 12 from me.
I rolled a 19, but I got a plus to my dex, so...
So you try and move it, and as you move it, it catches it, and you're like, ah.
That's all I would do.
Shit, I was going to say something. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know about this place. I don't trust these soldiers. It looks fine on the surface, but as soon as you piss one of these fucking soldiers off, they're going to fuck you up.
So where do you want to end up doing? That's what I'm trying to get here. Where do people want to end up?
We have a place, and we just need to, make it safe again, or we can come back here. But I guess we need to put it to the rest of them as well and see what we come up with. Are you happy just leaving them there and fucking staying here?
No. You know me. I'm a doctor. I mean, I want to save life. I'm not saying we don't go for them. What I'm saying is, after that, after we bring them back here, what are people wanting to do?
I don't know. There's different things we can do. I guess there's ways to work around the system as well. Like, I already found this and pull out my little baggie of weed.
So I wondered how long it would take. It's one of life's things that always finds a way to work its way in there. These kinds of things.
Yeah,
in any society.
I nearly traded this tack vest for it.
The tag vest?
Nearly. I didn't.
So what did you trade?
Yeah. The guy took this wax jacket that I've been holding on to for a while.
The jacket. Interesting.
Yeah.
What is it? A wax jacket?
It's like a raincoat.
Oh,
It's got that waxy surface that rainwater runs off of. It doesn't soak into it.
I'm literally wearing a rain jacket. Let's just say that. Oh no, sorry. I've got a leather jacket, but I've also got a heavy waterproof coat.
Let's hope it doesn't rain this afternoon.
I mean,
You heard it
when you came down to the thing, it was raining.
Jobs for Luke and shit. Beth can build things. I've never seen Beth build anything though, so I don't know if he's any good at it.
I built a barricade on the door.
Oh, yeah, I vaguely remember that. I remember you trying to start a fire with a tea bag.
That was one time.
So, first port call is to try and see the state of the base and get people here, right?
I guess so. Like I said, are we going back for our car, or are we trying to take one of these guys?
Go for our car.
Okay. I mean, would it not be easier to take one of these?
They-
Saves hassle.
Are they going to let us have one?
I mean, if they do, it's probably the easier way than trying to fight our way back to get the other one.
I think the guy in charge yesterday said he'd do a trade and take the keys for the one back in town.
There you go. Why make more hassle for ourselves?
Well,
If
in
we
case-
are taking
in case
one
we want
class.
to- in case you want to load the wood in and go back to the other base, stay there.
Shit, are we still getting the wood?
I mean, it's not worth bringing them back here. It seems a lot better here. I mean, bar the food, but
I mean, that's if they want to come.
I can't see any reason why they wouldn't want to come. I mean, it seems a lot more civilized here.
Well, I don't know. The colonel might want to stay in his house. He might take some convincing.
At this point, I kind of get up and say, I'm just going to go to the toilet and just walk off.
Mm-hmm.
All right, we need to make a decision. But whatever we decide, I'm fucking driving.
I finished my food and put my knife and fork together.
Nice.
Right.
Is it really? Should you really drive? I mean, your history of all the cars you've written off and crashed into bushes.
Hey, look, no one's ever been injured while I've been driving, have they?
Well, I mean,
Have they not? I'm pretty sure someone has.
I think everyone took damage at one
None of
time. He
us.
crashed.
I mean, nobody inside the car maybe, but outside the car when you ran someone over maybe.
Oh, I'm counting fucking Ian. Fuck Ian.
Speaking of which, isn't Ian back at the
Oh,
base?
yeah, and
He
that
is,
idiot, what's his name?
Don't you dare forget his name.
Nikolai.
Nikolai.
Yeah, that idiot.
He's the greatest. What's up, guys? It's me.
Alright, so what are we doing, lads?
We'll go and we'll go back to Howard House. See what they think, and we'll make a decision from there, I guess.
Alright, let's fucking do it. Where'd Matthew go?
He went for a shit or something.
Oh,
Doesn't he usually do that in the armor?
Yeah, he's going to shut the out.
Fuck's sakes.
Has it got a flap on it, like one of those onesie things?
He's not in the app. Cool.
For
So-
easy access.
They're you hear him starting to clear away some of the kitchen stuff as you guys finish.
I take my tray back to
And you can see they've got like
The deposit,
proper
yeah, one of those
they've
racks.
got like little runners that you can just slide the trays into if you don't.
I leave my tray on the table.
Yeah. I'm gonna go over and I'm gonna shout compliments to the chef. Sarcastically.
Sarcastically.
Insight check. Does he mean it?
Does he convey it? Roll a persuasion check. Or intimidation.
Intimidation.
That's 15.
15. Okay. Your sarcasm comes across. There's like an older lady that looks back. Actually, you're sliding your tray into the thing, right?
Yeah,
As you
yeah,
just
yeah.
shout out. So you can't see anyone as you shout out and they're tidying up. And then like through the other side of the tray drawer, she just like pokes her head through. The tray like runs as like a channel in and out of the thing. She's like, maybe get here earlier next time. Just tuts and looks away. Makes you jump a little bit.
Fucking Karen.
She's the BBG. Fucking Karen! Her name is Karen. She's going to spit in your food from here on out. Let me write that down. Karen spits in food.
It might improve it.
make the eggs a bit moister.
Gonna spit in your food, bitch boy.
Yeah, those scrambled eggs are really dry, so it might actually give a bit of texture.
Cool. So as you guys are putting away bits, Private Shepherd comes in and it's like, here you are. I went to the cabin. You went there. Good morning. How are we all? Did we all sleep well?
Oh, I was about to say, like, I've gone back to the cabin to start putting suit of armor on.
She would have missed you in passing.
Okay.
Everyone sleep well?
Well, maybe not, but better than Hampton. Thank you.
This is good. I'm glad they're having. They're not the nicest, but there's some comfort to having a bed sleeping after this time. Arthur unfortunately is unable to see you this morning, but he has Tom on guard from the garage if you'd like to speak to him, or we can take you down to see the Scav head, the leader of the Scav crews, to talk about taking people out with you. Did you know which way you wanted to go this morning, or are we planning on staying and kind of enrolling?
I think we were going to go back to the place where we left some people we were with. Let's see if they wanted to come here.
Okay. How long was the walk to the car, by the way?
The walk to the car was through Buckingham and through the alleyway that they took. It was probably like half an hour to 40 minutes. You definitely would need someone to take you back if you were to go back that way.
And there's no guarantee that it wouldn't be surrounded by zombies.
There's no guarantee. But they can talk, like, you can go and talk to the Scav. You can go through that situation with the Scav, head soldier to go, this is the situation, what's the plan? They seem willing to talk to you about a plan to do it if you want to do that way.
I think we want to take one of the vehicles from here if we can and hand them the keys for the one we left in town.
Yes?
Yeah, I'll go and see Tom, seeing as I have the keys.
Okay. Yes, we can get you over to the garage to go and see Tom. That's great. And I'll check, yes, because Arthur said that, yes, you'd, if you were to take a car, that you'd be trading in a car. And that car is out in the town, right?
Yes, just outside the hardware shop.
Okay, perfect. Right, let's...
Soldier, where can I talk to someone about getting some supplies in case they're needed? That is going to be Captain Green. Yes. Let me. I'll tell you what. Let's go over and see. Let's go and see Captain Green, and we'll get Tom to come over to meet you both. You can two birds with one stone. Let's pull Tom and Captain Green in, and you can discuss the plan with them, and between them they can decide the best route for getting you out. You have seen the weather. It's not nice out there. It's raining, so yes, if we can get you some supplies to make sure you're all set, that would be good. But we can take you out if you're ready to go. You appear to be missing your man in shining armor. I think he's getting dressed.
Ah, okay.
While that happens, I hadn't, and I noticed it's raining. I get my heavy raincoat out of my bag and put it on over my leather jacket.
Nice. Just like layers.
If I have a raincoat, I'll also.
You don't.
Oh, okay.
Then I will not put one on. You don't.
You go through your bag looking for a raincoat, and you realise you don't. And you've never picked one up, and you don't have one.
Of all the looting that when they've got raincoats, you definitely feel like you have them. Just look at your
I think I'm the only one with a raincoat now that Dylan's
I
given
think
me.
you might be, yeah.
Yeah, because there was.
I did have one, but I traded it to Dylan, I think.
You came away with raincoats. Perfect. Cool. So she's like, yes. So what I will do is just point you in the direction because I don't want to get wet. So if you go down towards the main gate where you guys came in, and on the same side that your cabins are, you'll see there is a small block, a small little brick building right near the gate. If you go in there and ask for Captain Green, he will find you, and I will send the radio over to Tom to meet you there as well. Does that sound good?
Yeah, sounds
Yep.
good.
Perfect.
Okay. Thank you.
If you do leave, just remember to hand back your badges before you leave. Someone in Captain Green's team will take care of those. And you've cleared. Just make sure you've cleared everything out of the cabin because we will have people in there, kind of cleaning up and get ready for anybody else that may need it. So yes, I hope you have stayed. We hope to see you back soon, and good luck.
Okay.
We're making our way downtown to the gate area.
Making your way. Yeah, and
And I'm home,
and it's not. It's like a through the inner rain. It's like 100 meters or so walk. It's not like a long way down. As you come out of the back of the cafeteria and can shoot down towards the toward where she's pointing you to, towards the gate where you came in. Anyone gonna try and find Matthew and pick him up, or are we gonna hope he finds you?
Yeah, I guess I'm going to search for Matthew.
Cheers, guys. Cheers.
Yeah, I'll head back to the cabin and see if I can
Check
find him.
these.
You see him lying on his back like a turtle.
Can I do a perception check to see if I can hear him before we get there?
Yeah.
Where's the D20 gone? 13.
13. You don't hear him on the way there. The rain is picking up now, and it means that all you're hearing is essentially the light rain clattering on the thing, bounce off the different buildings, coming off the different gardens that are breaking. You don't hear him struggling or anything to get into his arm as you come in. If he's inside the building. If he was outside, you'd hear the light ting of rain knocking off a suit of armor. Disadvantage on stealth everywhere.
Yep. I was going to say, not going to be very stealthy.
You
You
know-
already have a disadvantage. So I get like double disadvantage.
Yeah. Just -7 from wherever you roll. Cool. So you're going to grab Matthew and make your way down towards. And as you trace your way through that main courtyard area, you see that now it's raining. A lot of those tables have been like they've got covers. They had like very small. What the bloody word's called? Oh shit! The shit ones that cover things that you take on picnics. Gazebos. Ah, good call. Gazebos. I was going to say placebos.
Are they blown away?
That's wrong. They're not blown away. They're very well tacked down by the army here. But you can see all the covers have been pulled down. The people have left them. They've obviously fallen back to other areas. No one's working out in this. There's a raise there. But you make your way down, get in. Those that are not in coats, you get pretty wet on this walk down. And you see, as you get towards the gate, you see the post. There is this, just set back on the right-hand side, or on your left-hand side, is this small brick building. And as you kind of bust through quickly as it's raining, shake yourself off. You see, it's a decent size. It looks like would have been some sort of security office for the front, or like parking attendants. Not just a booth. It is a full brick building, but not very large. And as you walk straight into there, you walk almost like straight into people. As there's a big, again the same, few cabinets on the left-hand side, filing cabinets on the right-hand wall, which is just a full wall, no window, is a huge map of the local area on kind of left-hand side. On the right-hand side, big like white A3 bits of paper with different tags and different sticky notes stuck on them as things are going round. And as you walk in, there's a young soldier in full garb there. He goes, "Fuck, look what a cat dragged in. Can I help you boys?"
Yeah, we're looking for Corporal Yellow.
Corporal Yellow? I think you might have got that
I
wrong.
mean, they said his name was a fucking colour or something. I don't know.
Wow, okay. I see you're not from round here then. Have we got new recruits for the scav teams, or are you just a couple of arseholes?
The second one.
Yeah,
We've
also.
been invited to stay, but we need to go and find the rest of our group and bring them back with us.
Okay, and you're here for help, I assume.
Well, trade or help. We do need some supplies, maybe, if we're going to go back out there.
Oh, you want supplies as well? The funny man wants supplies. Brilliant. Anyway, so let me just sort these guys out, and we'll come back to. Wait, are you the guys that came in with Max and Troop yesterday?
Yeah, that's us.
Yes.
Oh, well, we heard some good things about you. I'm afraid they feel like they've whimpered away straight away. I hear you've seen some shit. Max was walking me through the whatever it was, the plants, the grass, the fucking mutated. He said a lot of weird words, but
Yeah, it ain't the first time we've seen that shit, but it's the first time Max had.
wow. Okay. Well, might chat shit, but apparently you can handle yourself out there. Okay, give me 2 minutes. I'll get some guys sorted. We'll get this team out, and he goes back to it. And at this time, you see behind you, just kind of trying to push the door, like, "Oh, excuse me, can I get?" Is kind of small man, squeezed in overalls, and he has a big badge on his side that just says engineer. And he moves around the side of you guys. He's like, hey, are you guys you're looking for the vehicle? You're the new guys?
That's
Ooh.
yes, that does yes.
Like, oh,
Before we go,
yep.
can we see if I can find a shield?
Yeah, you can ask. You can ask.
Because I'm proficient with shields.
You're proficient for shields.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Don't ask. Do you know where I could get a shield like thing?
Well, you're in the right office for it because Captain Green will sort you out with the gear, but I'm here for the vehicle.
Can you point me in his direction?
He's just the one over there.
I go with it.
Cool. So vehicle. Could someone talk me through what have you got? What was it? I hear you want to go to
a
the
lovely
vehicle?
second-hand red hatchback.
Oh,
Good
lovely.
condition, low mileage, one elderly driver.
Which is all great news. What I have found the questions to be asked now are: have you crashed it? Are there any dead people inside of it? And what sort of shit has it been left in before, if we're going to go and get it?
There's a few age-related marks, clean interior. There might be a few bodies around the outside, not gonna lie.
Okay, but
There's a
drives well?
granny.
Quite decent look, you know.
All four tyres on, all four tyres pumped up as you
Yes,
last left it?
yes, it's a runner. It's
Granny trolley in the boot.
Get you from A to B.
here, Beth. Running trolley in the boot. Don't tell me, I'm going to steal that. Okay, that's good. Because we've had this before where...
I've also got a hunting trap and fishing rod in there as well.
Oh. There's a lot of
It's
stuff
like a
in there.
Project Zombie car.
Yeah, it is, yeah. I'm having this. Okay, and you've left it... Okay, so it runs, it's got wheels, it will drive. Keys?
Either right here, and I dangle them in front of them.
Lovely stuff. You guys are,
Do-
you know... If this
Do you
is
have
all true
anything in a midnight blue?
you'll get what you're given, I think, because this is fucking Zombie Apocalypse. We will hand out some cars, but I'll tell you what, we've got something. We've been doing a little bit of work on some of them. We've seen the weaknesses of cars because, you know, safety standards and all, they're built to, when they hit a person, crumple, not kill the person. Obviously,
Tell me about it. What a pain in the ass.
it has been a pain in the arse, honestly. Having to rework all that, yeah, real pain in the arse for us. But we've got some good engineers down the garage. We've been working on some things, so I'm sure we can sort you out. So that is, and where exactly is the car?
It's outside the hardware shop in town.
Okay, good. Okay, and you said there's a lot of shit in there. What do you want us to do? We keeping that shit?
I mean, look at my
I don't know what my fishing rod.
We can put it aside. I mean, anything that comes in here goes into the collective of the Enclave. All for one and one for all, that bollocks. I'm sure you'll be able to use it if you want to be a fisherman. And then he looks at you, he's like, you're in a suit of armour and you want a fishing rod. Okay. Yeah, right.
And a knight not fish.
A knight can do whatever a knight wants to do if he's on duty, but I imagine it's a little bit difficult. Not the easiest.
Give a night a fish, you'll eat for a day. Give him a fishing rod, he'll eat for a month.
Okay. So, car is there. Keys? Can I have the keys?
Yeah, hand him the keys.
Perfect. We'll talk to Max and crew about exactly where it is. So we're going to get you sort of car. We'll get a car sorted now. How many of you are here? Any cats up?
It's 5.
5. Okay. It's probably going to be a bit of a squeeze. What with your fisherman knight over here, but I'm sure you've worked that out before, right?
Have you not got a Ford Galaxy or something?
If you've got a sunroof, that's always a bonus.
A sunroof. You are the strangest group of survivors I think I've seen this time. Normally people come in a lot more doom and gloom. You are clearly sprightly from one night here. But no, we don't have any.
You know
all
what?
the
Fuck
large
it, give
ones.
us a convertible.
You got to convert. I mean,
yes, a nice drop top, yes.
imagine. You think these guys are letting us go out and take convertibles? We're getting cars that are useful and have a long run, safe to drive. This army are boring as fuck. We haven't got any convertibles to come out, but we have something. We can't give you a people carrier because they're all marked for transport for the army. But we'll be able to get something, and it'll have a little bit of extra protection.
Do you have any tools we can use to maybe, if you find another car to bring back for use? Anything we can help us on?
We can give you a tow rope, maybe. We'll probably get. I'm sure Captain Green can sort out. Yeah, a tow rope, but
Green,
that's
of
good.
course, not fucking yellow.
Yeah, green. Yeah, that guy over there. Yeah, he's pretty. They've got all the gear over here. But yeah, if you need tow rope, probably they can give you tow rope if you want something to try and bring something else back with. I'm always happy for parts. I tell you, we've got our garage is pretty lightly stocked. So yeah, we keep the vehicles going as best we can. Always good that they've got tyres. Always looking for spares. Any spares at the back, we'll take them. But yeah, they were usually a little bit cumbersome for people to bring back on their own. Don't tend to get many people rolling tyres down the road during the middle of the zombie apocalypse. But anyway, so one car with enough room for 4 people and a night. Let Captain Green know. I'll get one sorted for you, and we'll bring it round for your departure. You're leaving, I'm assuming, pretty soon, even though the weather's shit.
Yeah, pretty sharpish.
Nice. We'll make sure the wind wipers are working.
At
Free of
this point,
charge.
can I say, Dylan, come over here a minute. Call Dylan aside.
I go over to where Matthew is.
How do you feel about hot wiring the other car?
We'll just go and look at it and fucking steal it.
Yeah.
Works for me.
Obviously, it's. I say I want to grab something from the car. Hope get dropped off there and we
Well, we're
grab
going
it.
to get a car out of here, right? So we just fucking drive there.
That's what I was saying. No, but yeah, but the others aren't going to be up for that, are they?
You know, Beth won't know what's going on unless we tell him. Luke won't give a shit because he'll be thinking about cooking some shit food. We just got to worry about Ted, really.
Let's see what we can do.
He can be practical, I'm sure.
Okay. So yeah, back over.
Cool. Tom's shut off now, and you see there's a group of 3 younger guys and a younger lady kind of ask you to get out of the way as they move off, as Captain Green's kind of finished giving out his bits on there. He's like, cool, I don't know. Right, so you want to get out, and what are we doing? You want escort? What you want? You want gear? What's the plan here? You going, coming back? So I need some details.
Going and planning to come back with some extras.
Oh, okay. You've left some people out there. Right, perfect.
Maybe a second car would be helpful as well. If we're bringing people back.
Looks at you. It would be, you're right, but unfortunately we can't just go around giving out cars for shits and gigs. The cars, we don't actually use the cars that much. We don't have a huge rotation because you know that they attract the fucking zombies, right?
Yes, I mean, well, I led them on a merry dance.
Yeah, but you just got to watch it because they, we learnt that pretty early on with the trucks when we were trying to get the stuff out of the camp. You leave one of those engine running, it's gonna attract them all around. So yeah, we
have it back where we came from, so you know they're gonna need transport.
Okay, well, squeezing. I mean, let's be honest. Rules of the road, kind of a bit all over the place. You're gonna run into zombies. If you're taking one of Tom's, he'll sort you out. He reinforces the fucking things, so they're a bit sturdier than your standard. I still wouldn't go ramming round in them, but at least it'll get you out of a sticky situation if you find yourself in one. I would just load up as much as you can, squeeze as many people in. I mean, if you're going slow, sit on the roof, do what you need to do. But yeah, we are in the business of giving out. The big trucks we've got are for sending out for supply runs, mainly, if we get stuff that we cannot get back ourselves. And we're actually almost in the market for some
shit sorted, man. I think my friend here wanted a shield type thing, if you've got one.
A shield? What are you, fucking Captain America?
Well, we got one guy with a fucking lance, so...
Right. Very true. You've got a knight, fucking Captain America, and whatever the rest of you guys are. A shield. Okay. What else have we got on the list? What else do you need? Where are you going back to pick
looking for shotgun shells.
Shotgun shells? Where did you get a shotgun from?
From a lovely gentleman who tried to kill me with it.
Can I have a look at the shotgun?
I mean, you can have a look with your eyes, and I show him the shotgun.
Yeah, he's like, okay, that is one of our shotguns from the camp. So you got this from who?
And there was a bunch of pricks in a garage back in the town there.
Okay. So you haven't been to the Buckingham camp itself?
No, we haven't been to, not since the night we fucking got chased out like everyone else.
Okay. He kind of like lingers on the question bits, does you? Shotgun shells. Okay. No. Well, I mean, unfortunately, as you have found, a lot of the shotguns were stolen, so we didn't get a lot back. We might be able to give you the odd shell, but you ain't going to get more than 1 or 2, because, fun enough, we need them on base duty.
What about
Again,
if I trade you this rifle?
you want to trade a rifle for more shotgun shells?
I want to trade the rifle and the 7 bullets I have for this for whatever the fuck we need. I don't know what the rest of these guys are looking for apart from the shield.
Okay.
Some medical supplies, first aid kits, medical kits.
Okay.
Maybe something to maybe any noise makers or some whatever you call them to make distractions.
We can do some distractions. Okay.
I mean,
Okay.
do you have any pomegranate molasses?
He just looks at you. What did you say? Pomegranate molasses? What the fuck is a pomegranate molasses?
Tory shit.
You honestly are the weirdest group of people I think I've seen in a long time. Okay, so you have a rifle. Can we inspect the rifle, if you don't mind? We're not going to steal it, obviously.
Yeah,
That's why
take a look at it.
So he turns it over and he hands it off to one of the pirates there, who just like whips around on the table behind you and just starts taking it apart, checking on the inside, pulling it out. Go for it. And you said you got 7 bullets.
Yeah, 7 rounds for this thing.
Okay, so you want... Okay. A shield, shotgun shells. Yeah, we can do some distraction. Some of the guys been working on some like noise makers. They can help. Standard grenades are obviously very dangerous, so be careful of those. Smokes can help you get away if you have any of them or find any of them. All right, that and the guy comes back with a rifle, hands back, and gives like a nod. And he's like, "Okay, rifle's in good condition. This is something we could use." What is there anything else before we start going to this? I don't want to fucking. This isn't a shop. This is just making sure that you guys have got enough to get out and get back.
Matthew, you want a sword or something?
I'm fine with my lance.
A fucking sword. How? Just out of interest, how you find? How does the lance work out in the field? How do you find it? I'm assuming it's shit close range.
I mean, it's good in the right hands. Isn't that right, Luke?
Uh-huh.
Whilst that was very cute,
I was
actually wanted some
fantastic with it.
actual information. Like, is
Well, the first time we saw it, it had killed the soldier that had been with us since the Buckingham camp.
oh, okay.
That's where it tasted first blood.
You took out a soldier, did you?
Well, Matthew didn't, but somebody fucking did.
Oh,
We killed the guy that did.
Okay. You honestly, sometimes like phrasing, guys, phrasing. No, we just we're looking into different armaments because we want to stay quiet, and a few of the guys have been talking about not exactly a lance because obviously that's fucking mental, but some of the sort of longer implements. Keep your distance. I just wondered how it worked, but my
It's mental, but
I mean, get a few more of those shields. We've got some 300 shit going there.
fuck yeah.
I'll have a flail.
you
I wanted to have Matthew standing out of the fucking sunroof and jousting people, but he wasn't up for it.
I mean, you joke, but the further you can stay away from them, the better. Doesn't matter what sort of armaments you throw on yourselves. Even you, Mr. Shield Man, it's about being nimble that gets you away. So, anyway, so
Do you have any more bullets for this handgun?
Handgun bullets, yes.
handgun?
What is it, like 9
Have you got
millimeter?
any more guns on here? You fucking more armed than we are, for fuck's sake. Handgun bullets. You want more bullets? What are you?
I mean, obviously, dude, how many bullets do you have for those things?
I'm
I've got 4.
not telling this guy. As far as he knows, I've got hardly any.
You want more bullets? We're gonna we're gonna start, and I'm assuming that guns, as he looks, is come from another soldier.
Yes, I'll be a
Same
friend
one, eh?
who got killed with the lance.
Yeah, that looks like a standard issue for the Buckingham base. Okay.
If you're on about other weapons that work against these things, Pantanar kicks work as well, don't they?
Yeah. Again, in the right person's possession.
Right. Okay. Well, I feel like you guys don't really know what's going on. So you want a shield, some shotgun shells, some sort of distraction
Medical
device,
supplies.
and medical supplies.
Yeah. That's about right.
He's going to carry on his catalog kits. Might as well get him a pair of football boots as well, right? Do more damage.
Studs. Yeah.
And M1A1 Bradley thing.
Oh, okay, yeah, cool. This is an unlimited inventory. I don't know if you've seen. Perfect. All right, there's something we can do there. That rifle is good. And you've only got how many rounds for that rifle you got?
7 I got for it.
7. Oh. This is a huntsman one. If you find any more, we'd be very interested, because this is not standard issue ammo for us, nor is it stuff we can get our hands on without raiding further. But the idea of having a rifle for the watchtower does interest me a lot, especially for the outpost work we're doing. So, okay.
Yeah, you need someone who can start making your own ammo in here.
Oh, wouldn't that be a charm? But the making ammo is a very intricate process, and most of the people here are, honestly.
Yeah, if you're good with your hands, right? You ever manufactured ammunition?
No, I'm not I'm not an arms manufacturer. I'm
Oh,
here.
I was looking
to
for your
run
Beth.
teams. Oh, Beth.
Say again.
You're good with your hands. You ever made any ammunition?
I work with. I mean, can you make bullets out of wood?
I thought you maybe used metal before as well. You only use wood?
I use nails.
Oh,
Okay,
nail gun.
forget it. Colonel Blue, I see your issue.
Yeah. Okay. Right. I mean, this is not gonna. The rifle is good, but you've got quite a lot on it. We can sort you out some first aid kits. We can sort you out a couple of noisemakers. Can Dylan, you roll a persuasion check as being the one that's led most of the. For once, the more sensible talk, not of Cantonar kicks and everything else.
That is a 16, actually, not bad.
Nice. Okay, so yeah, we can give you. Right, let's work this out. 2 first aid kits. We'll give you these 2 noisemakers. Be careful with them in the rain though, because they don't work so well. They're like firecrackers, essentially, think of them that way. But they create enough of a noise over enough of a period to turn them out. We use them when we're trying to distract or get away, and they're fairly. We found a decent box. They've been fairly cheap to make. That's good. Shotgun shells. That is going to be a difficult one for us. I can give you 1
1, fuck you know.
because
Make it 2.
ideally, I can make it 2 if you give me the shotgun when you come back.
No, I'm going to be keeping this bad boy. 1's fine.
That's good. With no ammo. Perfect. A shield is the hard one. We don't tend to run around with shields. What we can try and do is knock one together from a damaged, we'll call it damaged, tack vest that we've got, if that's something that interests you, my carpenter friend.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just an extra thing to defend myself with.
Yeah, it might have, it will last a while. It isn't going to be a long-term solution. But yeah, let me get one of the boys to grab you one of the used. A few of the tack vests have come back and they've not been signed off for use to be worn anymore. But you know, if you want to strap it to your arm, fucking go bananas. All right, that sounds like a deal. 1 tack vest shield, 1 shotgun bullet, 2 noisemakers, 2 first aid kits, and you're going to
Sounds
get
good.
one of Tom's cars.
Yep, we're going to get one of Tom's cars.
All right, perfect. That sounds like a deal. Right, So he gives the list gives a nod to one of the guys, and he goes out the back, starts pulling stuff, and you can see there's a few people working out in the back of this, and then there's like just like big corrugated shelving units, very actually Project Zomboid-esque, where they've just got all the stuff stacked in different areas, where they just pull kits together for whoever's going out for whatever jobs, whatever they feel like they might need, pulls it all together, gives it in a bundle, one of them slides it over to him. He's like, if you make your way through the back of the office, go to the office, you'll see there's some signs over there towards Tom's garage. He'll send you at the back. I don't think he'll run you out the front. No. Yeah, go see him in the garage. He'll get you sorted out with the car.
I guess we're making our way downtown to Tom's garage.
Making your way downtown to Tom's garage.
Ted, are you going to hold on to these medical kits?
Yes, that'd be best. Somebody else can have the
Hold on to
noisemakers.
the firecrackers.
Yeah.
You're good with explosive things.
Oh, you want me to hold these? I suppose
Wait.
he's got no pockets, and the other option's Luke.
Yeah,
I'll hold on.
I think you should.
Wow.
I mean, makes sense.
Assuming we're leaving the base and driving off to a potential fight in a minute, should we take a piss break now?
Yep.
Oh, I just went for one.
That's your fault.
My piss timing
piss
is
timing.
always abysmal.
Slightly off.
Piss poor timing, if you ask me.
Hey, ba-dum-tsh.
That's terrible. Cool. So you've got yourself noisemakers. So they will, they are lit and thrown, much the same as with a dexterity check, the same as a grenade or anything else, and they will make noise for 1 round of combat wherever they land. So you've got 2 of those. You've got 1 shotgun shell. You can deal with that. The shield. You can equip a shield. It gives you +2 to your AC. Dan.
Okay, that's why I wanted it. Because I'm shit.
You're proficient in shields. Are you not mistaking you as this sheet with R to sheet?
Yeah.
No, I am actually proficient in shields in this one as well.
He's like, that is 2.
It was one of the things I initially put, and then I was like, oh shit, I don't have a shield. I need to get a shield. I'll use this moment when Herb's not thinking correctly. Give me a shield so I have more AC.
Yeah.
I was going to say, I don't actually know what the shotgun range or damage is.
Shotgun is
Lots of damage.
You should take down Robocops.
Range is third, so essentially from 10 to 30 is standard, and it can shoot up to 90 at disadvantage.
Okay.
2-handed, and it's 2d8 piercing is the damage.
2d8. Okay.
Yeah. Cool. And then the shield will be on. So what we'll do is we'll work out when you have to use the shield. So when the 2 AC saves your
When I
bonus.
get hit.
When you get hit, yeah. Well, when you get hit, but in that top category. So
Okay,
when you send the shields used, we'll have a roll to see how intact it stays.
Okay, that works. D100 or...
No, we'll just do a D20, and I'll just set the
Okay,
bonus
cool.
in it after uses. Cool. All right, we'll have a pee break. So you have gear. It is raining. The rain has got a little harder since you've been in there with Captain Green, and you've got yourself a vehicle sorted. We'll go and find the vehicle again. Sit you guys
Is
out
there a
there.
Colonel Mustard as well?
Okay, do you know what the funny thing is? The Colonel's character that I've mini printed is a Colonel Mustard. Actually, it's Colonel Mustard.
Got a candlestick.
Sweet. All right, we'll go for a quick pee break. We'll be back very shortly. Ta-ta. So, you guys got your gear, you've got your bits. Make sure you've marked down whoever's got whatever, because I can't remember who's taking what.
Yeah, I marked down my extra one
noise markers. Right.
shotgun
Did I
shell.
get any bullets in the end? I can't remember.
No, you didn't.
No, you did not.
Oh, okay.
I've got the best time.
And then you head back through the rain, back towards the main office, the main reception bit we went through in the office. And as you come in and go round to the corner to where the office bit was, you see further down the arrows and the signs pointing towards another room that has been marked up as the garage. As you trot down towards where Tom's garage is. And as you get into the room, it's another of the like back back halls of this leisure centre, a much smaller one this time, where you can see that they've used the double doors and they've taken them off the hinges and knocked down a bit of the brickwork to create a big enough entrance to get vehicles in. It's just big enough to get vehicles in, so there's nothing large in here. They've done what they can. They've got there's no like, it's not a proper garage, there's no like mechanics lifts and stuff. But as you come through, the smell of oil is around, there's like crap black dirt everywhere. There's tyres piled up on one side of the wall. There's a few of the toolboxes, like the mechanics toolboxes knocking around, a load of like knocked up scaffolding, shelving with parts and different parts there. And there's 2 or 3 cars that are parked up inside, and they're on like the like at-home ramps that you'd have. So either some of them are like either jacked up on one side or they're rolled up onto like razors. I can't think what the fucking word is from. Like little mini ramps per wheel to get the cars off, and they're on the handbrakes. And you can hear a few people knocking bits around. Hear some tools going off. As Tom see you guys popping in, he's like, "Oh, here we go, boys. Welcome to the garage. All geared up from old Captain Green."
I gesture my shield. Well, my bit
Your
of armor stuck to my armor.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, looks like you're ready to go then. So, what we've got for you, I mean, it's not the fastest, and it's slower. Now we've made the amendments to it. Is this lovely aspect, and it's like a little newer style, but still a bit rubbly, Ford Focus. And what you can see on the front and the back is they've just like welded. You can see the bumper's been ripped off, the front and back bumpers, so like just the fascia part of it, and you can see that what they've done is they've welded onto it just like a square, almost trying to imagine like making it into a bumper car. So they've they've welded onto the front of the bumper a steel girder, and they've welded to the back of the car a steel girder. So he's like, here is your chariot. You can see we've done a little bit of work to it. It's not our finest work, but it does help. Don't treat this like it is a bumper car, because you will still crash and it will still fuck up. But the girder on the front will take out the kneecaps and the shins of any zombies without affecting the engine, without activating the crumple. We've welded behind the crumple zone to stop this happening. But if you hit too many things, it still could crumple. So don't go crashing into anything. It's just there as your line of protection. You've got the same on the back as well. Less of a problem, but it's just good to have a bit of ramming power backwards if you need it. Because of the extra weight added to the vehicle, it is a little bit slower. You're going to have to give it a bit more in the revs to get it going. Obviously, that causes a bit more noise, so be careful when doing so. Also, top speed is going to be impacted. Also, watch out for potholes, because if you put this in a pothole, you could fuck a tyre, you could fuck the suspension. It's a work in progress, all right? We're learning.
Not designed for British roads, then.
No, not really. But it's that, or you crash into a zombie, you lose a car, and we've lost many cars. So it'll get you where you want. Just don't use it as a ram machine. Don't use it as a ramming machine, right? It's just a bit more protection on there. Should survive a knock or two, and don't try and floor it too much, because you will kill the engine. But I mean, I'm sure you know how to drive, right? It'll be fine. Who is the driver?
I'm staring at Dylan at this point.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, how many keys?
Keys? Happy with that?
Yeah, I'll take keys.
Cool. Who's taking the keys?
I think it's wise if I take them.
I think we should rock, paper, scissors.
Yeah, I think so too.
Okay, well, do roll these right.
Can I play rock, paper, scissors for that?
And me too as well.
Oh, why not?
I don't want to drive. It's just, need some entertainment.
Matthew, you want to rock, paper, scissors?
Can I use my rock, paper, scissors to give advantage to Dylan?
You can't give advantage of rock, paper, scissors. It's a pure chance game. What do you do,
I'm
rollies?
not going to even get involved.
I rolled a 3 on a d20.
Roll a d20.
Yeah, roll a d20. Highest number gets the keys.
14.
16.
Yeah, we got the
Fucking
keys. That's a 3.
Yeah, look, why not?
Dylan's lying. Dylan's faking his dice.
I'll go best of 3. I don't care.
No, you can have them.
Yes.
Well, I got 12 on the next one.
Wow. So, are we done there? You guys decided? I mean, it shouldn't be that big a deal, but...
I'm an excellent driver. Thank you for the keys.
Okay, perfect. So you just structure the keys. It's got enough fuel in there to get you in the local area and get you back. Don't drive into fucking Scotland or something stupid. We don't fill the tanks up. One, it slows them down. Two, it's a waste of fuel. So they are just tanked with enough to do a route and give you a few days grace in case you have to take the long way around. Don't push it too far. We would like to see it back in one piece, and we will go out and get your vehicle, get it back into working order. I'm sure it'll be lovely. We'll try and keep some of the stuff aside if we find it, but can't promise anything.
I look at Matthew and give him a nod.
Nod back.
I noticed the
Still
nod,
a
but
thing.
don't realise what they're on about. Nod also.
Perfect. So, what we'll do is we'll get started. We'll get out of the garage because we've had people crash into the garage. I don't want you guys dealing with that. We'll get the car out of the garage, roll it out quietly. If you can, we'll clear the route out. If you can push it away from the base before starting, that would be lovely because we don't want the initial sound of the engine anywhere near. So if you could just push it down the road just a little bit before starting. I know it's raining, but you know, this way we all stay safe. That'd be great, wouldn't it?
I nod.
I gesture towards my raincoat.
Perfect. So the two of the guys let the handbrake off and start just pushing it out, steer it through the gap, and the gap is wide enough. There's a decent it's enough that you could probably drive it through, but they clearly don't want to take any risk with the wall coming down on their garage. And they push it out into the road, push it out into the car park that's behind, and towards the gate. You guys are ready to take over from here?
Yeah, I guess we'll push it a bit down the road. We push it like 2 meters before I jump in and start it.
Yeah, you actually do that?
I don't know. What are the other things?
Well, do you want? Just saying, it's raining. Maybe you want to get in drive. Maybe you want to get shot. I mean, who knows what's going on?
we'll push it a bit down the road.
Oh, you do what you want. You do what you want. He leaves you to
You're
it.
being sensible.
knows.
That doesn't sound correct.
I just like saying stuff. I'm just gonna start rolling dice. If you could see me, I'd just start rolling dice. Just to fuck with you. So Tom gives the wave to the guards. He's like, "All right, we'll see you back. We'll get your car. Good luck out there. It's fucking horrible. I'm going inside." And he waves to the guards and to the guards. You can see this is a much smaller fence. With no lookout points. There's just guards at the gate. They open the gate and you can see outside they'd built a second, just using like the remnants of the fences from the original Buckingham camp, like a second gate, like a quarantine zone. So one of them opens that gate, they run in, they get you to push a car in there, close it up behind you, open the first ones, and the two soldiers there just nod you and like, just give it a push down the road a bit, just get out of sight, start it up, and away you go. And if you're going away, make as much noise away from camp if you can. And then they wait for you to start pushing the car away.
Yeah, we'll push the car down the street, I guess, and we'll give it a good, let's say 100 meters before we jump in it.
Yeah, okay, that's decent. You get absolutely drenched, and as soon as the car's out, you hear the gates slide closed, get padlocked. The second gates get slid in, and then and as you look back, the two guards up there go back to their posts, just like really shit. Like made umbrella posts where they've just like got a larger umbrella tacked to a pole and they just got to stand underneath it and watch this back gate. Not a good job.
And with that, we will drive back to the hardware store where we left our car. Well, towards there. We don't want to go right there in case there's zombies. We want to go somewhere.
Why do we need? We haven't got the keys. Why are we driving towards?
That's the way
hardware?
back home. We have to go to that. We have to
Oh,
go to
yeah,
the town to get home.
I'm not saying this in character. This was more like a. Why are we doing this?
What?
Yeah,
We're here for you?
we need to go that way anyway.
You go, my boys.
So we'll go far enough where we can stop and take a sneaky peek down to the hardware store.
Okay, cool. So you drive along, and actually, and you can feel in driving the car that the car is sluggish. This thing isn't going to like pull away at any great speed, and also slowing is a challenge. When you hit the brakes, you're like, whoa, okay, this thing like this feels like a full car times 3 in trying to slow down and move. you can feel that where they put this thing on, it's
Yes.
not for getting any decent cruise speed.
Alright, yeah.
And then and as you're driving, the rain is just pouring down now. You're hearing odd bits of thunder here and there as it crackles through. The wind wipers are going like just to keep the car, just to keep your visibility on the road. So as you get close, whoever wants to can roll a perception check with disadvantage.
Yeah, so I'm going to be staring that side in preparation, knowing anyway that. So,
At this point, as we're getting close, I think I'm going to explain to the others what me and Matthew have decided. So, yeah, lads, we're going to steal the other car so that we've got 2 to bring everyone back in. We're going to try and hotwire it.
How are you gonna do that?
Well, I've hotwired a vehicle for us before.
Well,
Okay.
well, I'm not totally against it as an idea because we are gonna have to bring people back. It's a case of if we go back there and this car's not here for them, we're gonna be without a car. So
I mean, but the idea is to bring both of them back, so they'll get both of them anyway, right?
I mean, I guess so. It's
I mean, they couldn't lend us a second car. Not important enough to get the second car, are we? So.
Ted, you're going to need to drive this one while I hotwire the other one.
Just as long as we're all aware that we'll probably not be in their bad graces after this. But if it means bringing people back, then yeah, let's do it.
If they
I'm
get
giving a
back-
disapproving look at the moment.
I've rolled an 18 on perception.
Oh, disadvantage.
Oh, this one.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just for information, there's 2 reasons why I've got a disapproving look.
Yes, it was a disadvantage because the next one was a nat 20.
Ah, okay, cool.
yeah, what's Luke's reasons?
So the first one is because I don't like the idea of the plan, and the second reason is I wasn't asked to drive the second car.
So you're sulking.
Exactly.
Can you even drive a car in a suit of armor? Asking the real questions.
No, that's why Ted needs to drive this one, so Dylan drives the other one.
So as you get up to the car, Matthew peeks out with his natural shield from the rain of his helmet, peers out, and with an 18, as you're looking down the road, you can see the car still there, which is good. You can see there's a few zombies dotted around, but you can see that visibility is not good there. And there's as the water's rushing in, you see larger puddles on each side of the high street as it's there. You can see there's a few zombies knocking about, and you can see the car is still there, which is good.
Ted, did you lock the doors when we got out of it?
No. I mean, we were in a bush, weren't we?
Yeah, they were
Cool.
locked.
Cool, so I don't need to smash a window. Alright, I am going to get out of this car, leave the keys in the ignition for Ted, and I'm going to, in the rain, try and stealthily move up to the car that we've got. I assume in the rain it's actually easier because there's natural noise everywhere and the visibility is poor.
Yeah, so you won't see, but stealth checks you're aided in your stealth check as well.
Yeah, so
What about me?
No, you're not. If you go, you are still at disadvantage because you are you're making more noise than the rain is.
Okay.
The tinging of the metal is very apparent.
maybe you should stay here. Beth, Luke, do one of you want to come with me just in case?
I'll go with them. I will go with you.
Cool. Bring your shield.
It's attached to my arm.
Captain Milton Keynes.
Who's on the shield?
So we're going to try and move quietly if we can.
Yeah, cool. So roll stealth checks with advantage.
With advantage.
With advantage, yeah.
I get disadvantage because my leather armor. So
Yeah.
I've got one.
Dirty 20 for me.
Eek, I think 8 for me.
An 8. Yeah, not as good. So you creep your way down towards the car.
How far away are we in the other car?
If you're leaving the car running, you are very far away. So it's whether you want to bring the car up or not.
I can't tell them anymore, but what I would have said would be stay away until you see the lights on in the other car.
But you didn't say that, so.
But I didn't.
Yeah, so it's on. So as you're in the car, you still know even with the rain, cars make noise, right? Oh, I'm using the wrong thing. So yeah, you are probably away from them to start at least.
Is there any kind of hill so I could maybe turn the engine off and coast?
No, it's a high street.
Wait, High Street have hills.
Yes, high street doesn't have a hill.
Not
Bitch.
this one.
Yeah. Not this one, bitch.
No.
I've got big enough maps.
Just roundabouts.
Just roundabouts, baby. Yeah, so if you guys want to get close, you're going to have to drive down, which is going to cause more noise. So yeah, as you're creeping down, you're just getting drenched. There's no that you can move from like bits of cover to bits of cover, but you are essentially getting absolutely soaked as you're stepping through. So you feel like you can't be hurt too much. With the shield up as you're moving around, there's a few knocks here and there from Beth as he like bumps into the odd bit or trips on a curb, trips on a drain, whatever it is. As you are peering through to try and get a better look at what's going on in the car. Can you both roll perception checks at disadvantage, please? The two that are sneaking up.
31.
12.
12, nice. So you see the car. What's my car? Come at my mum's car. Vehicle. Da, 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 da. Cool. And with a 12, you can see that there are at least a few zombies. I'm going to put some down, but this isn't exactly what's there. You can see there's a few dotted by where the shop was, floating. And more pressing with the 12, you notice with the noise that one has turned towards you. Let me get this set up properly.
I tapped Tilly on the shoulder,
As he...
and he doesn't see it because of the rain.
Yeah, so you two are like creeping up, and as you get close towards the car, Dylan, you see nothing. From your position, you see Beth. That there's a few just zombies milling around. Again, they hadn't. The ones close to the car, you can't see. A bit further out to the top end is a bit. It's not as clear as you'd like it to be, but you notice more pressingly that this one seems to have turned towards you.
And did Beth tap me on the shoulder? If he taps me on the shoulder, then I'll feel it. But if he just tries to, wave
Taps on the shoulder, yeah.
Yeah, you two are close enough to each other. It's a tap.
Okay.
I tap him on the shoulder, and he kind of, I do like a zombies from Thriller music video kind of gesture to try and get him to understand what I mean.
Because he didn't understand otherwise. How's he going to know what the context of this means?
Well, I didn't say anything, so I've got to do a gesture.
True. So this one is moving, seemingly moving towards you.
I guess I'm gonna ready an attack. I'm not gonna move towards it.
I'm going to do the same.
Okay.
Ready a machete attack.
Ready and attack. So yeah, this thing carries towards you. If you choose staying still as you are. You're
There's
amazing.
nothing to hide behind, is there?
No,
So
no,
yeah.
you're literally in the street. Cool.
I hide behind Beth.
Yeah, you kind of hide behind Beth. Well, you actually kind of are hidden behind Beth. Cool. So as this thing steps towards you and sees, it's going to step into both of your range. If you would like to make attacks.
Are you doing initiative? Or?
No, we'll just keep it. We'll see what they go from here. It shouldn't be too bad. Unless you guys at the back want to do anything. But from what you can see, Anyone that's in the car, roll a perception check with disadvantage for keeping eyes on what's going on.
It's a 6.
It'd be a 7. No, an 8 for me.
That'll be a 4.
Yeah, so you guys can't see anything. So you're waiting for some sign, but you can't see anything. So yeah, 2 that have come up. If you want to roll your attacks,
My attack was at 19.
19 hits.
And that is, what's my dex on this? Is 5 points of damage.
5 points of damage. Nice. So yeah, as you, what did you hit him with?
Machete.
Machete. Nice. As your machete slices in to the zombie, it takes 9 points of damage, growls back at you. Beth?
That's a 5.
A 5 does not hit.
Yeah, I thought that might be the case.
Yeah. So yeah, as you're there, oh Jesus, I have to move stuff around. I thought you were just going to kill him. Well, now you're dead.
So did I.
That is a. Oh God, let me get my information up. I think that is a 15 against you, Dylan. That's the one that's hit it.
That hits.
That hits. Sorry, my document is crashed on there. That hits. So that is a grapple and 3 points of damage. As the attack misses from Beth, this thing screams and gets you, and the 2 around. Cool. And as it grabs and you hear the wail out, this one you see start to turn around.
God damn it.
Sweet.
Would
That
we
was-
hear the scream from where we are? Or-
No. You are, so to keep the car driving and for the creep up, you are like off the map by another like 20-30 foot at least.
Okay.
If you, yeah, otherwise the car would have rumbled and made the noise of keeping you up. Sweet, so that's you under grapple. We'll go around Dylan if you go up. I thought,
I'm just going to try and attack this thing again.
yeah, it doesn't.
With Machete.
Mash up high.
It is a 14.
14 definitely hits.
And that is another 5 points of damage.
Nice. So yeah, as you stab in, this one falls to the ground and is dead. But you've noticed this one behind is now looking at you. Beth.
I tap Beth on the shoulder and point at the new one that's looking at us.
I move slightly further forward, like 10 feet further,
Yep.
and then I hold an attack.
Cool. Just broke everything. I broke everything. You hold an attack as this thing steps right towards you. Beth, you want to take a swing?
Yeah. Don't be a 5. Don't be a 5. 18.
18.
He
Nice.
shoots, he scores.
You finally hit something.
Look at me. And that's a 6 + 1. That's 7 points of
7
slashing damage.
points. Nice. You slash in straight through the body of the zombie as it screams out and goes to lunge for you. It looks very weak now. Nothing else is noticed. Good.
I'm just thinking, is there any way we can fucking keep him from screaming?
Put your
Hit him
hands
harder.
in their mouth. Definitely be fine. Cool. But yeah, not dead. Very weak, but not dead. It is its go because that was your held action. I rolled too high. That is a 19 against you,
That
Beth.
does hit. Do you want me to roll for the shield or
No. Only, so what's your
only
AC
if
before the
it's-
shield?
Only if it's 12 or 30.
Yeah,
I
12 or
guess.
13. Yeah. That's 3 points of damage, and you are now grappled.
Ouchie.
I will move up. Can I move up to flank this thing?
Yeah, you've got the space to flank it. You'll be turning your back on everything else around you, though.
I mean, yeah, we just want to kill this quickly.
Yep, sweet. Roll your attack.
So, attack 15.
15 hits, and it is so low that with any damage, you manage to release Beth from the grapple as this one goes down. No, as you spin, the one that you can see closest to you has not turned around yet.
Okay, in that case, I'm going to try and creep quietly to the car door.
Okay, cool. Roll a stealth check.
So
Beth, what
is 14.
14.
What am I going to do? I'm going to try and follow, even though I get distraction stealth. Or we just do normal rolls because it's random.
Yeah, you just do normal rolls. Yeah, you just do normal rolls. Good swing.
That's not one.
You've run that one.
Yeah.
Wait, oh, Jesus.
I trip over the zombie when I try to follow.
Yeah.
The zombie that's
I mean, it might help though. Say, so Dylan would have set off, and you want to sneak. So you were sneaking round to the driver's side. So you go around the front or around the back? I'm assuming if you went around the back, you're in.
You know what? I'm going. No, fuck it. I'm going to the passenger side door. I'm going to crawl across the seats. I'm just going to get it soaking wet.
Cool. So you get up to the passenger's seat, and as you're trying to reach down to open the door, behind you hear Beth trip. As that's
just land in a puddle of water.
Definitely going to hear. Can you give me a perception check, Dylan? With disadvantage.
Oh, with disadvantage.
Yeah.
9.
9. You feel fine. Cool. So you get to the door. You hear that turn around as this one's coming towards you. You've both moved up. This guy is going to step towards the thing that he's heard on your nat 1. That is a.
Am I prone?
No. You just stumbled and managed to hold yourself there. That is a 14.
14 hits.
14 hits. Nice. That is 2 points of damage. Once you are grappled.
Looking rather ropey.
Looking rather ropey. Dylan, you hear this happen as this zombie goes round. It is. It will be your turn, Beth, if you want to break before Dylan.
I'm going to try and escape, so I'm going to try and hit him. That's a 6. That's not happening.
That's not hitting.
Oh no, I'm going to get bitten! Fuck!
Dylan.
I say so aloud, shouting.
You can call for help if you want. No, you don't call for help.
I look at the passenger side door. I look at Beth. I look at the passenger side door. Beth. I mutter fuck under my breath and I go towards the zombie that's attacking him.
Okay, cool.
And flank.
And I will flank.
Yeah, in the corner. Cool.
Dylan's having like character development. I don't like it. Weirds me out. I've lost my fake juice. Where did I put it?
I will swing with my machete. Well, that's advantage, right?
Yep.
Ooh, that 20.
That's 20. Nice.
I'm putting that towards my training martial melee weapons.
Oh, yeah,
as well.
yeah.
It's actually really funny because the 2 rolls were a 1 and a 20.
Bastard.
So it's 2d6 plus my dex now, right?
Or is it just 1d6
no,
double
just,
plus your dex?
Yeah.
1d6 doubled.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's 3 plus 3 plus the dex is 2 is 8.
8. You slice through the back, chopping clean the head off that zombie as you release your partner from his grapple. Hey, at it again.
Awesome. At this point, I'm going back to the passenger side of the car.
Yep.
Still quietly as I can because there could be more.
Yep.
And I will attempt to open this door quietly and slide across to the to the driver's side.
Cool. So you open the door. Yep. So they slide in. It's awkward as you wiggle your way over, but yet you can get into the driver's side.
Okay, and now I will attempt to hotwire this car with my fancy multi-tool.
Yeah, okay. Beth, anything you would like to do before the hotwire attempt starts?
I'm going to stay where I am so I don't trip over again and let anyone know that we're there.
Stood.
I've left the passenger door open, by the way, as I climb through.
Cool.
So that when it is time, hopefully he can just jump in. Do I need to roll anything for this
Yes,
attempt?
you need to roll a slight. I think it was a general dex. I thought we did the first time round. But I've got it written down. I've also got a sleight of hand, but I didn't. Yeah. Dex check.
Dex is a 15.
15. So you pull out all the like prise open the ignition part of it, pull out all the wiring you need, and start firing through to try and get stuff. You try the first time. Well, you get the stuff, all the bits out, but you've not got enough time, I suppose, to kick it all off in one hit. But yeah, you get the casing off, and you've got the wires there in front of you. As you're fumbling through, trying to dry yourself off as well, because you realise you're soaking wet, and you're about to try and just like fudge the electrics on this car.
Electrics.
Yeah.
Did the guys hanging back want to do anything before the next attempt?
Yeah, well, we don't know anything, do we?
Yeah, can we just check see if we can see
Yeah,
anything?
roll a perception check. Disadvantage again.
That's a 7.
That will be 18.
18 on disadvantage.
Yeah, I got an 18 and a 14. I've got plus 6 perception, but minus 2
Jesus.
exhaustion.
Oh, okay, yeah, nice.
15 for me.
Nice. So as you're peering forward, Ted, you see that you can see now the car door is open at least, and that there is a humanoid stood behind the car. So you're like, okay, from what you can see, it looks like they're in and at the car. Luke, what you see with a 15, just like not really paying attention, hiding around, looking behind you, is that there is starting. You can hear and start to see the odd zombie turning and making their way towards the rear of your car.
Head towards it. They've got the doors open, so it looks like they managed to get to it, from what I can see.
So sorry, that was so Luke would have seen that.
No, that's what you said. I saw the
Yeah,
open
you
door.
saw them. You saw them. The car door open. Yeah, yeah.
There are some zombies. I think they've noticed us, so can't be here too long.
No, but we'll give them a minute, see if we can get the car started. If not, we'll have to make a move for it.
With the 15, Luke, when he says we'll give him a minute, you feel like you haven't got a minute. You have a little bit less than that. They're starting to move up towards you. A minute, you'll have them all around behind you now. Because you're sat, at the moment you're sat, as I can see it, with the wind wipers are going to have to be going for you to see, and the car's just idling over. But yeah, you're getting the odd spots of zombies starting to come round behind the vehicle here as you guys are sat. The distance is further than what I've got on the map here, but you start to feel they're close to you.
I don't think we've got a minute. I think if they're not done in the next 30 seconds, we need to go.
Okay,
And
I'll
you
say
can
as
see-
how long
you
it
can-
takes to get this car going. We'll give them 20 seconds.
Yeah.
And we'll start making our way. Making our way. Making our way.
That's like the theme tune of this series.
Making my way into the bush, crashing cars. Cool. As you
And I'm dead now.
Dylan, you are there. You've got the stuff off. You
Another dex check.
another dex check. You dry in your hands.
Is a 16.
16, nice. You pull the two wires out. You kick in, and you hear the car start to turn over. And you're like, cool. It doesn't catch the start straight away, but you know that you've got the right two wires here now, and it's just a case of now the timing and then hitting the accelerator to get the car going out. But you hear the starter and motor kick in and then cut out. Beth, anything you would
I
like to
will
do?
call to Beth.
Yeah.
Oh, so has it started? Just
It's not started, no. So you heard the starter motor start to tick in, but it hasn't quite.
I'll try and creep towards the door
Okay, cool.
because I still know there's another one.
Yep.
And that's an 11.
11. Cool. As you're creeping up there, can you give me a perception check as you get to the front as well?
My disadvantage.
Disadvantage, yep.
That's a 10.
10, nice. You see there are a few more zombies out in front that you're going to have to drive past, and that the one across the way is starting to meander towards your direction. But you know, on the way out, you're going to be dodging some on the way through there. You can see that there's a few groups at the down the far end of that highway. You can see that there's a few more groups starting to mill around and move. Especially with the starter motor, it's just kicking in. That's a bit of sound that's kicked out. But you have the advantage of the rain. About this time, guys in the car, Luke, you see that the zombies are getting close. They're coming up to the bottom of this car now.
Has it been 20 seconds?
It's been about 10 seconds. Maybe a bit longer, 12.
Okay. I'm going to wait a couple more seconds then.
Okay. Dylan?
Yep, another dex.
Yep.
This one is only a 14.
14. You kick in and you're holding the starter motor in there. I was just like trying to like get the motor to kick in, give it a little bit of gas as it goes, and it does turn over. But you have to. You feel like that was not quiet in any way, shape, or form, as you were just like trying your hardest to get it going in this last kick. But the car, car does the what? Sorry.
Is Beth in the car?
Yeah,
yet?
Beth would have got in. Sorry, Beth. So
Would we have heard the engine?
You would have. You would see the lights on the back come on.
Okay.
And
So
at this
that's
time,
okay.
you start to hear the hands hit the back of the Ford Focus that you've got there.
So we
You can see the
make
lights.
our way.
It's our cue, right?
let's go. We need to
Let's go, yeah, go.
Yeah, start pulling forward.
Yep.
So you guys start pulling forward. You feel the one's going there. At the same time, you hear on the front windscreen the hand come down with this one zombie that's just there as you are now in charge of the car and it is on.
Okay, has the engine started or?
Yeah, the engine's now started. So that 14 got it going, but didn't get it going quietly. So you managed to get it. The start mode turned over a few times. You pumped the gas enough, it kicked in, and it gave it full beans on the revs, like, and then come back down again.
Yeah,
but
then
it's
we're
up.
pulling over.
Cool. So you glance that one off the side there. The rest of the team follow through behind. As you're leading the way. How would you guys like to drive? Strange question. Are you following in the Focus right behind the car? Are you driving alongside the car? What are you doing? So you would have pulled up slowly behind these now to keep away from the guys that are following you, and you've seen the car in front, the little red car, start to pull off.
We'll be behind, but with a gap, obviously, for the stopping power.
I'm gonna turn to Beth and say, "Open your window and try and wave them in front of us." They're the ones, the thing with armaments.
I do that.
Okay.
Perception check.
Yeah. Not just
Just normal,
just normal because you're close. You're closer.
I'm just thinking of the Team America thing when he's waving.
I'll be 12
12.
from me.
You.
Oh, no, it wouldn't be me seeing him. That would be whoever's in the passenger seat.
No, you'll be looking as well because you're driving the car. So you'll be on the chief navigator. You see the arm out of the window, but you can't really work out, like, you see he's waving, but like you deducting, would you realise that what he's saying is you go round or not is kind of on your character's intelligence of the situation.
This is also on what Luke describes to him.
No, I think Ted's role as the driver, you would be the one looking. You're the one concentrating most on the road and what's going on, and concentrating on the gap to the car in front.
My intelligence is decent, so
Yeah.
I'd put two and two together, see they're waving, see when they're a stronger car.
Yep.
So I'll try and go around them.
Trying around, cool. So you slow down, pull around. You've got the horde of zombies are like coming up behind you now. You can from the back window you see more and more coming. There's a few that get up close as well. You feel there's some faster ones in here that are tripping. But as the rain's going there as well, there's more of them falling over, getting clouded off. And you pull around the little red car to get in front and carry on forward. So if you're driving in tandem, that's good. The red car shouldn't have a problem stopping if you keep a decent gap. But you are.
The blue car's going in front.
No, the red car's going behind, right?
Yeah, sorry.
Yeah.
Sorry, so you've still got them the other way around. I thought.
Yeah. Oh yeah. So no, I just had to move. Cool. So you are now picking the route. Who is your passenger in the blue car?
Matthew.
Okay. So if you are both picking out the route, you have a series of obstacles to get through, which will just be rolls. If the red car is just going to follow straight behind, then we'll go from the lead car's rolls. If that's fine. If you want to pull out at any time, Dylan, if you feel like it's going wrong, let me know, and then we'll go from there. Because as you imagine, this is just like you almost hear the claps of thunder come through now as the rain is just batting against the windscreen. The wipers are on full beams, and you're seeing just a little bit in front of you as you're going, and you're trying to dodge human beings that are going to hear you last minute turn to try and move in front of you. So can you? We don't need a table for this. Maybe. Can you give me between you both? Ooh. I will need a perception roll, which you can either both roll or one roll with a. Ooh. It's going to be a disadvantage. So you can both roll at disadvantage or one person roll at standard for the perception roll. And depending on the perception roll, we depend on the skill check for your dexterity of driving. Make sense?
Yeah,
So as
do
good
my
as your
next
perception roll is so you decide it's disadvantage. So as you're driving down the road, you're trying to pick your gap. As early as you see the things, the easier it is to dodge them. The later you see the things, the harder it is to dodge them, and potentially you hear.
I got 15. I did get a nat 20, but disadvantage would be 15.
So yeah, if you've rolled just on disadvantage, then Matthew, you can roll as well. See if you get higher.
I also rolled in that 20 on one of them, but then also got a 6 on the other.
Okay, so 15 is the highest. That's good. Cool. So roll a dexterity check as you see the first group of like 2 or 3 zombies turn towards the car. You spot them a decent way off. So give me a dexterity just for spinning round.
Saving throw or just a check?
Just check.
2.
A 2.
Sorry, no. With my exhaustion, it'd be 0.
Oh, didn't your insurance exhaustion get fixed when we
You lost 1 point.
No, I
lost
had -3
Yeah.
when we tried the long rest.
Oh fuck!
He's gone down a lot. Yeah. So although
you
you
didn't do your medical check, did you?
No, I did.
Right,
So
get rid of them.
Yeah, but you
Oh,
can.
right.
Yeah, the long rest only gets rid of 1 point of exhaustion. So exhaustion
Okay.
is about taking longer and longer rest to get rid of it if you go down a lot. Ted's gone down a lot. Well, that's a turn out for the books. So you see them coming a way off as you spotted them out there, and you, Matthew, see them. And as you then, you're not going that fast, but even at slow speed you're going, the sluggishness of the car really catches you off guard. As you turn, and the car kind of boat turns slowly round, and you clip into the front. You clip 2 of them into the front, and the car slows all the way down. You see the car. Just without brakes going on, Dylan, you see the car just start to slow down as you start to back off, not knowing why it's slowed down the front, and then you see the 1 or 2 zombies falling off the left-hand side of the car.
I'm just gonna, for now, match its pace.
Okay, which is dead slow. You've got 2 zombie. You've got 1 zombie like on the front, 2 zombies if you up the side. You can feel them dragging on the left-hand side. Can you give me? Well, how would you like to deal with it, Ted?
So where did you say that?
So that they've hit the front left of the car. I can't put this.
So passenger side.
Yeah, passenger side. So you tried to turn around them. So you imagine they were coming here. You tried to turn and you just boated into 2 of them. 1 you feel has gone under and 2 have hit the side. But you've slowed, with that 1 under, you've slowed all the way down. Like this one is like wedged under that front bar, and you either are going to have to power forward to go through it, or reverse maybe up to get it off the front.
We'll go for a power forward, why not?
Power forward.
Run the fucker over.
Mm-hmm. Perfect. So you put your foot down, rev, and this thing has to rev the bollocks off to get it going. As you hear the windows as they're banging on the windows of you, mashing there. You've almost slowed to 0 pace, Dylan, behind. As all of a sudden it lurches, you see the car lurch forward as it brakes off. The noise coming out that little Ford Focus is incredibly loud. As one fail. But you carry on again down the road. You have to kind of get yourself back in control of the car as it's driving through. As you've lurched off, trying to slow down to a controllable pace, reassign yourself. Can you give me another perception check? Whichever way you want to do it. Dylan, you see again the car as it pulls away. You see the mess that's left behind, and you kind of glance and give it a wider berth on the right-hand side to get those 2 zombies that were chasing it, so they don't turn and crack onto your car straight away.
I got a 7.
I got a 14.
14. Okay, cool. So can you give me your dex save for what you see? So as you're driving down with a 14, you slow down, get yourself into a pace, get yourself back in the middle of the road, and as you do and you look up, you see another 3 coming across from the same side that you just got caught from before. And you're like, oh shit, you're going to have to go back. So you got yourself back in the middle of the steady road, got the car not swinging, and as you look up, you're like, oh fuck, they're not right on top of you, but there's still a distance away.
A 10.
10 is enough. 10, you see, you turn, and you've learned your lesson from the one before. Swing the car out to the right-hand side. Manage to go round them, and they miss. Dylan, you follow suit. You see the sudden movement, and you're a bit like, fucking hell, Ted. Like, there's nothing slow and steady. This guy's just, he's just sped off and slowed down. Now he's fucking swinging right and swinging left, and you can see the Focus is like a boat, just swinging on its, as it makes those big, it's almost like an old, like Lincoln, big American style car that just rolls around now on its suspension as it just tries to settle down. But you spot, again, can follow through. That's a success. You're now on the right hand side of the road, coming down. You feel like you're in control again now. Window wipers still going up the clappers as you come in towards the end now of the high street, sorry. And you can see there's a lot more zombies here. You're going to have to try and thread the needle well. Can you give me a perception check for trying to spot the right gap?
19.
Nice.
11.
Take the 19. Can you...
Yeah, I did get another bloody nat 20. Keep waiting on the disadvantage rolls. That's so annoying.
Oh no. Bloody rain. Can you give me a dex check, please? Just need to make it 5.
That would be a 21.
21. You spot...
Oh no, sorry. No, I'm up in perception now.
Oh.
So that was 15.
That's not the same thing. 15 is enough. You had to make 5. You had a good enough perception check. You see the gap opening up now, and Dylan, you spot from behind that the Focus is starting to pull away from you. You start to pick up some speed as you spot the gap on the road to take the car through. As you glance straight through, missing the zombie. The hordes that were there had been turned around, but they've got no sense of direction. And Dylan, you spot the gap. You follow straight in through behind, and you guys are out from the high street, out from the Buckingham main. The slow part of the town now, as you can see the exit back out onto the country roads.
Nice.
Still pissing down the rain as you are, but you know the direction. You can make your way back towards. I'm assuming you're going back towards the Horwood House.
Yeah. Well, I'm following Ted. So.
Yeah. Cool. So Ted, you drive your way there, and you take it at a moderate pace. Again, this is, and you know the roads. You know they've been fairly clean, but this is that rain where you're not going fast. Unless you want to go fast, it would be...
take it at a medium pace.
Yeah, because you're just trying to keep eyes. You've got the lights on, even though it's like the middle of the day. Anything to help try and spot what the fuck's going on. As you're clearing, as the rain's clearing off the windscreen, you're getting like half second of visibility before it goes in. As you guys trundle your way through. Get around any obstacles that are there. You don't actually see out on the roads many zombies knocking about. You pass through the towns, and just the oppressiveness of the rain. Just feels like it feels like the world is cleansing itself at the moment as the water's running down. Your biggest issue is probably the size of the puddles on some of the shit roads rather than actual zombies. as you make your way, meander your way through the different towns, pass your way up, and as you come around the road, you notice as you come round the bend into the main part of Buckingham, into Horwood, as you come around the corner, you notice on the left-hand side, where there's a field out to the left-hand side, you notice that wall is all been broken down. So there was a wall and like a fencing that traced the roads, and you know they were the ones where, remember when Graves ran across the woods and he was hiding behind different things. These sort of like some of the lining is hedgerow, some of it is more brick based. You can see this brick wall on this left hand side has been crushed on the corner that runs into the main part of Horwood.
I couldn't find corner.
What's going on?
How's it? You got to carry on?
Okay.
Cool. You come out the corner into Horwood, as you have known. You've got on the left-hand side some of the housing that you tried to break into before, the little shop before you go out onto the dual carriageway. The right-hand side, that office block, which is the one that Dylan was taken into. And as you come out and you make the turn in towards the Horwood house, you see the front gate has been smashed open. The front gate is off its hinges on the floor of the driveway, and as you look down towards, give me a perception check with disadvantage again.
14. No, 15.
Okay. Yeah, 15 is enough.
I got a 5.
Oh, nice.
But I did get another nat 20 on the other dice again.
That's good. I'm glad you used them all up now. So as you're coming down, you see that down towards where the medical centre was, you can see the destruction of a larger group of zombies that have gone through. You can see stuff knocked over. You can see a few of them that are laying down on the floor that are either been damaged in some way from just a crush, almost like a stampede, but it would be a slow stampede, obviously. And as you turn and then in, as you come down, you see the gate knocked over, and as you look towards the house, you see just lining the front of the house is just a mass of humanoid figures stood either at the front doors or the windows, smashing, idling out on the side of the car park, idling out on the right hand side. You see, you can spot just by counting at least 15 from what you see just looking at the house.
I decided fuck this and get out of there.
So Dylan's behind you. As you pulled into the gate, Dylan's behind you there. So you're as you are now, you're wedged one behind the other.
Yeah. Put it in reverse and hopefully it gets there.
So you just
Dylan,
you see the lights go into reverse.
I noticed this in the rain. Yes.
You'll see as you're there, you slow down. You've seen him slow down because you see the brakes come on, and then all of a sudden you see the white light of the reverse indicator.
I guess I'm reversing too. If he's going to reverse, I've got to move out of the way.
Cool. So you reverse up. That's fine. Okay. Reverse up back towards that little shop and the dual carriageway way. It's just pissing down with rain still. Where are you going?
Once we're clear of the house area, I'm going to stop and roll down the window.
Yep.
I just pass on that there's 15 to 20 zombies right outside the house, and the gate had been smashed down. I don't think we've any hope of finding anybody there, and I ain't fighting that many people.
They had no doors or barricades anyway, did they?
No, and I'm not fighting 15 people to try and get to these people. It's a suicide mission.
Fuck.
Yeah, so
Alright, let's get the fuck out of here.
Yeah, we need to get out of here.
Cool. Can anyone that wants to give me perceptions with disadvantage from the vehicles? As you have this conversation, you're all part of the conversation. You'll hear the discussion of leave or don't leave. But yeah, if anyone that wants to give me
I got
perceptions.
17.
10 for me.
Okay. Anyone else? No?
No, I'm good.
Cool.
Got a 10. So
Cool. So
I'm good.
with the 10s, as you're looking around saying, yeah, let's get the fuck out of here, you're seeing that, there's groups from the as you've backed up, behind you on the highway. You've seen them start to push through cars to come down. You've seen it. There's a few more that you haven't spotted that were to the sides that have come over and now are on the gate. They've like fallen over the wall. They're on the gate and moving towards you as you turn the car to spin out. On the way as you're spinning out, Matthew, you notice spray painted on the wall. It just says "Find the Wild" in white spray paint. Find the Wild.
There's
WYLD.
Yeah.
There's a spray there saying "Find the Wild."
And I'm assuming the drivers are just starting to drive off now.
Find
Yeah.
the wild.
I have no.
I'm in the other car and we haven't noticed it.
Yeah, and as you, unless you waited to pull off, you've gone off in whichever leader you decided to drive off in.
Back the way we came towards the base, I'm going.
Yeah, we're heading back there.
Cool. So yeah, that's it.
No idea what find the wild means. We'll have to ask the camp, see if anyone knows.
The fact that that's there and that wasn't there before suggests that someone has come in the town.
Come in or
it's a
escape
message.
the house.
Oh, see, I don't know.
Yeah, you don't know.
Same, somebody either come in or left the house. Managed to get away. Left us a message.
Oh, but it would have made it a bit more obvious to us than that if it was who he's with, right?
Guess so.
Head back towards the.
Yeah, heading back towards the camp.
Okay, perfect. So yeah, you guys have a drive back. It's another the drive. What did we say the drive was? Like 20, 30 minutes. Probably like close to 40 minutes to an hour drive. Slow way, picking your way back through the routes that you walked, the towns that you've been through before. As you get towards the gate that let you in. When you're approaching, how are you approaching the site? Remembering what they said about coming in and coming out. Are you driving straight up to the gates, or stopping before, pushing up the cars, checking your surroundings? How would you approach it?
Yeah, we'll be careful. At least in the red car, we will.
Okay. So yeah, you guys get close as you come around the corner, kind of keys off, coast down, and the guards see you coming. And as they recognise the blue car, definitely start to open the front gate to usher you in. And if you remember, much like the like they did in the prison in The Walking Dead, like they leave the gate there for you to get the two cars in before locking you in, before unlocking the other gate. They operate this kind of quarantine zone where the cars come in. The kind of one of the soldiers bangs on the window of the blue car to get you to wind it down essentially. He's like, didn't expect to see you back so soon. Brought back a car as well. We all good?
This is the car we had before, the red one, and I point to the car.
Okay.
We went to get some people we were with before, but it's been overrun by zombies.
Oh.
So we just got out of it.
Okay. No. Well, get both the cars in. Get him up to Tom's garage, and then I'll get someone down to catch you and get you to report in. As they help you pull the cars in, open the gates, and they don't let you start the cars. They help with the pushing of the cars back up to the garage. As you get closer, Tom and his guys went out. Like, fuck, you're back. Come in fucking soon, aren't you? Any damage on the car? It's like, what's that car behind?
That's the car we had. We saved you a job.
Saved us a job. Well, I hope you fucking ruin it. Right, get him in. Just wheel him in the garage. It's fucking horrible out here. We'll get you. We'll get someone to come down. But okay. Anyone that needs tending to? Do we need any medical staff down here? All good this side?
I mean, we're good in here. I don't know about the couple of guys in the other car. They, had to battle through some zombies together.
Okay.
I'm looking. I'm all right.
Okay. He's like, all right. Well, we'll get someone in, and as you he trots in. The other guys help push the car in. As you get out the car, you start to dry yourself off. Two soldiers pop up with two what clearly look like kind of nurse staff or someone else. And they're like, we heard a couple of you got into a fight. Can those of you that have been in any contact with any zombies, please come with us now. We'll just give you a once over. Very standard procedure for anyone coming back in for the safety of the Enclave.
The fuck?
What?
I told you
Tom
I'm
Bradley
alright.
points them over to the car. So they come out, as they pass by, they go straight to the red car, check you guys out. No, it's just very standard, it's just for the safety of everyone else. I'm sure you can understand, just come with us now. And then another soldier comes out and just has a look in at you guys in the back car. Just gives you a question. Anyone getting into any fights out there, any contact?
No, we were in here the whole time.
Yeah. Okay, and he just has a look. Like, checks your clothes, checks, like, you can see you're wet, can't see any blood. He's like, okay, looks at Tom and just gives him a nod. And they're like, come with us, and they're kind of waiting for you to like come with them voluntarily, essentially. Dylan,
I follow and start taking my clothes off.
we got a legal one.
As we get out of the blue car, I go to the red car and grab my fishing rod out of it.
Just hold that for there, because but what Dylan, what you do? Go with.
I am standing there with a hand on my shotgun. I don't like being walked off like this.
So if you just like to come with us, it's just for safety. You know what it's like out there, as we all do. Come with us voluntarily. It's just a medical check.
What kind of medical? I don't trust you, motherfuckers. What kind of medical check?
What do you mean, what kind of medical check? You understand the seriousness of you being in contact with a zombie outside. This is standard procedure. I suggest you come with us now. You see the other one that was walking with
Just
left
go
stops and turns back. You come?
Sorry, what'd you say, Herbert?
Do you start moving your way silently?
Oh no, I'm still standing there. They're gonna have to drag me.
Do you have your hands on the shotgun?
I have. Well, it's on my back, but I have a hand like on, just touching it.
Because that's okay. So you see straight away that one of them in front pulls his rifle forward and says, "I suggest you come with us now. I would take your hands off that shotgun and walk." And he starts stepping around to the side. The second one that was with you, Beth, hands you off to there's a younger lady there who's dressed as a nurse, and she's like, "Come on, just come with me. We'll just take you in here and check you over. You can keep your clothes on for now. Don't worry about getting them changed in the corridor." And you kind of walks you just into the way you came before. Up to you whether you go with or not, Beth.
Luke sees a nurse and takes his clothes off.
Yeah, I was gonna say I'll just start following regardless.
Looks like I got in a fight.
They touched me here.
As there now, you've got this one who's got his rifle up and he's stepping around, and the second one has has left Beth now, has his hand on his holster for a pistol. As he's like,
I'm naked at this point. Oh, sorry.
That's nice. You can be naked.
And I bend over and spread my cheeks.
The young nurse is like, "Oh, please, can you just get inside the room before? Honestly, there's people roaming the streets. We'll check you
Rimming
over
the
inside."
streets.
No, in the streets, around the corridor. Sorry, I'm flabbergasted because you've just got butt naked in the middle of the corridor.
I'm covering my manhood.
So Dylan, you've got one point in the rifle. You're asking you to step forward. The other one has a hand in his holster, and he's not the one talking. The one on the holster, he's the one just staring at you. But the guy with the rifle is pointing. Come with us now. We don't need to. We just need to check that you're fine. If something has happened, we will talk about it and get it sorted. But this is for the safety of the Enclave.
Just go with them. I'll come.
Told you, man. Fucking soldiers.
Just to check you've not been bitten, Dylan. You
I
did
told
the
you.
same with Nikolai. Just go. You've not been bitten, so there's nothing's going to happen. They'll just check you out, and you can go on your way.
I will remove the hand from the back of the shotgun and then sit cross-legged on the floor.
He steps round and says to you one more time, he's like, "This is your last chance. Get up and walk now, or else we will have to move you."
I just say, "Fuck you."
And he just cracks you with knocks you out with the back end of the thing. As you said that. You see Dylan, this guy, and he does not pull any fucking punches. That is a crack in. That is actually likely 2 points of damage to you. Smack just gives you full welly of the butt of this gun. As you hit you in the side of the head, as you just flop down. His head smashes the floor as you go, and the other officer comes around. They just pick you up under the arm, drag you like face down, feet dragging across the floor. As they walk past you guys, they didn't really acknowledge the rest of you. drag him up the stairs and drag him off around the corner.
I shout at him, what the fuck? You could have just grabbed hold of him.
There's, to be fair, actually, they won't respond. They won't come. They're off. Tom's there though, and he's like, guys, like, what the fuck? I mean, was he bitten?
No, of course he wasn't fucking bitten.
Well, why the fuck would he not go? And why would you piss around with the fuck?
He doesn't
you
trust
understand?
soldiers.
Well, that's a great way of building trust, isn't it? To fucking come in here and like, Jesus Christ. Right, so, fuck.
Neither's cracking him in the face with a fucking butt of a rifle.
Well, you say that now, but what if he fucking turns and kills us all? Alright, there's rules in place for a fucking reason. You just abide by the rules. They're not difficult rules. I don't know how lot you've been living out in the fucking free world, but you need to follow the rules. These guys will not fuck around because the safety of everyone is paramount over everything else.
Yeah, it's all for the Enclave, right?
It's fair to say, if you've got a problem with them, you take it over them. They keep me safe. I keep in here. I keep hold of the vehicles, and I don't have any problems. If you guys got a problem with that, I suggest you sort it out with the old commander, or you leave. It's up to you.
Now go and get my fishing rod.
You see that the guys are already going through the in your car and just taking it out themselves.
Just up with his lance.
No, just any of the stuff that's in there. They open the boot, they start taking the stuff out of the boot, and
No, Mappy charges him with the lance.
oh, charge me with lance if you want.
That's my fishing rod.
Yeah, and you see they're taking out.
No, I do not. I'm not going to charge them with my lance.
As you turn around and see it, that they're like Tom's guys are unloading the cars. You see another couple of soldiers kind of drop down, knowing what's going on there. Tom kind of turns to you, Matthew, and he's like you said, everything for the Enclave, as they're like essentially rifling through the stuff that's coming out of the car now. Cool. I think that's a good point to stop, unless anyone wants to have any conversation.
Am I still naked and has anyone
You're,
stuck their finger
you're
up
still
on-
naked, asking to be checked over, and this poor young
Yes, lukewarm
nurse
has.
poor young nurse is trying to explain to you that you didn't have to get butt naked straight away, but is performing a full body check on you at your request. But yeah, so you're in there
That's
having a
okay,
medical check. 3 of you in the garage with Tom. Your car is back. It is with the Enclave. They are taking out the stuff to go through and just get the inventory of what's going on there. You brought back the car, which is safe. You've seen the Horwood house has potentially been overrun, and you have no idea if anyone was alive there because you drove off and left them. And Dylan has been cracked over the head and taken off. Dylan is not in the room that you are in, Beth. And I think we should stop there. 11 o'clock on the dot.
Very good.
Nice.
Perfect timing.
Perfect timing.
It's almost like you planned it.
It's fantastic.